Hello, hello, my friends. How are you? How is everything going? I'll say this right off the bat. We've been having some Wi-Fi trouble today, and also I changed the Twitch setup to 1920 camera-wise instead of 720, so 1080p instead of 720p. And I want to see if the live stream, if my computer can hold it. Because originally we were down at 720, 30 frames. We had turned like everything to the lowest it could go. Because when I started streaming, it couldn't hold any of it. Still on the same laptop, so it might not be able to hold any of it still, but we're gonna try. And if it fucks up, unless it's literally 5 minutes in, I will reboot the stream. Like if it's like 5 or 10 minutes in, I'll reboot the stream. If it's an hour plus, we'll call it an early night. But otherwise, I hope your weekend was good. I'm excited to see all of y'all. I had a packed weekend. I went home to my sister for the weekend, and we did a bunch of shit. So it was really good. Spent time with doggos and cats and all that jazz. Went to weird places that we're not going to say because we don't want to dox ourselves. But we got a lot of cool stuff. And it was fun. So I hope y'all had fun. Tell me what your weekends were like. Hello, Seven! I love when you say hi early, because I'm like, yay! There are people here, and they're waiting to have a good night. Currently drawing Springtrap from FNAF in a Ren and Stimpy-inspired style. Okay. I was never a big Ren and Stimpy person, but I know Springtrap. Springtrap is dope. Like, the design of Springtrap is fire. We like FNAF in this house. I would be curious to see what that looks like in Ren and Stimpy style, though. Because isn't Ren and Stimpy, like, very... I make up words here. I'm gonna say scrangly. Isn't it a little, like, scrungly? Like, you know what I mean? Those old cartoons where they would draw it and you watch it and you're kind of like, this is ugly, but also I like it. Isn't it that kind of style for Ren and Stimpy? Boingus? Yeah, that's a good word. Isn't it a boingus style? It's very, I will watch this, the show is fine, but it's kind of disgusting. What's the kids one that comes to my brain? Courage? Like Courage the Cowardly Dog? Didn't they always draw that one? That one was a little better, but every time they would do like the scary scenes or whatever, they would draw them really like ugly. Very much? Okay, good to know I'm not the only one who thinks that way. I'm just like, I don't do that jazz. There's a very famous indie animator who is known for that kind of style on YouTube, and they do like famous skits and animations and stuff, and I see them every once in a while when their stuff goes famous or like goes viral, and like they're so talented and they're so good, but ooh, I think it is Meat Canyon. Yeah, Meat Canyon. It's so like excellently well made, but it's disgusting, and I can't do it. Not my energy. Never watched it myself, but seen clips and bits. Okay. Wasn't particularly into Ren and Stimpy either. Scrunkly is a recognized Tumblr term. Is it really? Did I not make that up? Did I steal that from Tumblr? Are we serious? Did I actually steal that from Tumblr? Because that's fucking hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised. I have a secret Tumblr account. I go on there and I'm like, ooh, what is happening today? No one will ever know it's me. Pull like a Dylan Sprouse or Cole Sprouse, whichever one was it, where they have secret account to get famous. No, I don't want to be Tumblr famous, so God forbid I am Tumblr famous. I think I would explode. Like, I don't know what I would be doing in my life to get myself Tumblr famous. Ugh. I'm already crazy enough. But hello, friends. How have we been? What is life like? We have got a couple of things that we want to try and accomplish today, which I'm going to need y'all's help with. So we did a great job at creating creatures, and I still want to hear y'all ideas. I still want to hear what kind of plot and stuff we're creating for this campaign. I do think we should try and solidify, or at least come up with the very basics of maybe what we want our mystery to be, or what are some things that could be connected with each other. I followed Jason Marnocha's Tumblr. I don't know if I know that person. I probably do, and I just don't know the name. That happens a lot, where like someone will be like, this person, I'm like, and they're like, they voiced this character, and I'm like, oh, okay, right, and then I get it. Can I send you a screenie of the sketch? Absolutely, Seven. You can send me whatever you want. You have been vetted. You have made drawings for our campaign already. Which one of our players actually wants to draw portraits of all of the players' characters for our campaign? And I'm so excited because I was like, we're gonna have portraits. We're gonna have drawings of the characters that I can put on the screen like a professional D&D group. I'm so excited, y'all. Now I just gotta try and bust out the very horrible graphic designer skills that I don't have and try and get a nice layout built. I want to go Critical Role style where it's like GM and then 2 on the top, screen on the top, screen on the bottom for 2 people up top and 2 people below. Because we only have 4 players versus 5. But that's what I want the setup to be. And then they have that little corner underneath the GM for like character profiles that, what's the word I'm looking for? Fade in and out throughout while it's streaming. Things like that. I kind of want to go that style, but I'll be honest, I have no idea how to do it. So, and I don't know if I have the technical skills to make it like fade, so it might have to be static, but I'm gonna try. The voice actor for Odysseus in Hades 2, he got fandom famous perhaps a decade ago for his Mark Hamill Joker impression. Yo, more power to him. Good on him. I miss the days when it's like you could turn something into a career off of being like getting one viral thing that was fandom related, right? Like you can do that and then actually be an actor in a thing. Nowadays you can't do that as much, which kind of sucks. But that's fire. Didn't Hades 2 like, didn't it release today or yesterday? I know people adore Hades. And we were talking about last Wednesday in this chat about the disability representation and the people of color representation. It is awesome. Hades is an amazing game. Hades 2, I think is going to be just as good. It's not my personal play style. I don't like kind of bullet hell type of things. So I don't play it, but I send all the respect and the shit it deserves straight to it. Because, holy shit, y'all, it's very well done. I'm underselling him. He has a great villain voice. Okay. I swear to everything that lives, Discord is being utterly rude. It's okay, Seven. You can always send it to me later. It's no worries. I love looking at all the art and stuff. I probably won't show it on stream unless it's related to what we're doing, so it's no biggie to send it to me now. You can wait until Discord works. But I will look at it, because I love looking at everybody's artwork. Like, there's nothing I love more than, oh, I could see a picture, and I, like, pull it up, and it's so cool. I love that jazz, y'all. I'm down for it every day, all day. Let's go. But yeah, it's been pretty chill. We got so my sister did submit a suggestion for creatures to add to our campaign. So when we flip over, I will have something to add under her section. She adores hermit crabs. And over the weekend, she got 3D printed hermit crabs that you can pull out of the shell and then mix and match hermit crab to the 3D printed shell. Cheeto, yeah, she named him Cheeto because he's like bright orange. He's got like an iridescent oil spill style shell. He's real cute. And so she was telling me, she goes, what if they're like creatures in your campaign, and maybe if you're nice to them, they give you little gifts, but if you're mean to them, they like gang up on you and like attack you, all of them at once. Like Legend of Zelda Cuckoo style, Ganondorf shirt. And I was like, that sounds dope. And then we added to this, I was like, what if though? What if, because this is horror, this is a eldritch horror, you know, we want to make it dark, we want to make it a little spooky, we want to make it a little dangerous. What if they're not just like magical nice creatures? What if they are the souls of dead children? And so when you are nice to the dead children, they are able to pass on and they leave you something in return. Just little trinkets, not big things. But if you're rude to the dead children, then like the big mother hermit crab or something, whatever the case may be, comes and they try to fight you, right? Because you've been bad to the souls and you haven't let them pass on. And so I think that'd be a cool concept if they're sort of like children's souls. So I'm thinking about throwing that in there. I think that'd be cool, especially if we have a player who, because a lot of players in their backstories will add loss. of some kind. They'll add death, usually of a family member, sometimes of a lover, etc., etc. And if one of the players decides that maybe someone young in their life died, maybe their soul's in a hermit crab now, y'all, and they won't know. But if they're playing a character and they won't know. If their character's nice to the hermit crab, they won't know that they have actually allowed their person they lost to pass on. But if they're not nice to that hermit crab, they will have doomed their loved one's soul for eternity. And I think that's vile and amazing for a campaign. The eldest child protector, yes! Kind of like a Newsies or old style thing where there's like a bunch of street rat kids and there's always one that, like, the Lost Boys energy. I think that'd be cool. Now I gotta get a 9.5-inch Krabby versus the tiny 4.5. Yeah, you gotta get the big protector. I've just been watching Dead Boy Detectives on Netflix that has a similar sensibility. Theta, I finished Dead Boy Detectives. Mwah. It is good. It is personally, so I liked it, and I liked it a lot, and I like a lot of the characters. And a lot of people, yeah, the crabs have, like, whispered children voices, but they can't hear them as players until, like, maybe the big reveal or, you know, something occurs where it gets revealed to this player what the actual fate was, what this happened to the soul, who they are. And I think that'd be a really cool reveal. I haven't told the players not to watch our streams, but they are aware that we're creating most of the plot and the campaign and stuff on stream. So they're aware that they shouldn't be watching it. So we should be okay there. And I won't be giving you guys every detail once I have it because I do want there to be mystery. But I will be giving you a lot of what they bring to me. So our session 0 is scheduled for next Friday. So we're going to have this week and next week when we are still freely creating and throwing out ideas, and it can be absolutely anything we want, any style, any concept, from, you know, super cute and adorable to the most horrific thing you've heard of in your life, to space theme, to winter theme, to nature theme, to war theme, whatever it is. And then once I have session 0, after these 2 weeks of us talking, that last week of May, there might be 2 weeks after, I'm not sure, but that last week of May is going to be me coming back to you guys. It's going to be our very important one. It's when I come back to you guys and I go, okay, here's what they gave me, the basics, not the spoilery stuff, but here's the type of players they want to do. This person's like the emo bad boy, this person's the very mother of the group, this person's the child, like whatever it is. And then we can mold our story with them in it. And that's going to be the very important week. We see you, sneaky players. That's right, 7. I sent out the whole email. I'm so excited. I wanted to give them a long time to digest it. That's why they're getting like almost more than a week, like a week and a half, because there is a lot of info. I was like, you're going to need to know the world. You're going to need to know the rules of Candela. You're going to need to build a character, and then bring it to session 0, and then be prepared for me to say, I don't like it, change it, and then go and change it. So, like, there's going to be a lot, especially because, as y'all know, I want to make our series more cinematic than gameplay. So I especially was like, hey, we need to make sure everyone understands exactly how to do the gameplay, because the last thing we want is questions about what you're rolling or what the dice numbers mean while we're doing the campaign, because I want to keep it cinematic. I want almost the entire time to be in character, to be like, they're going to be physically reacting to things. I have, they don't know this, I have a sound system set up to play sounds for them in the moment to scare the shit out of them. So if we want to do things like the walls crumble or something bursts through or there's an explosion, I can trigger those to play during our campaign and they will react to them, which I think would be fire, personally. I can't do it with lights, unfortunately, because the only lights you can really do that with that'll connect to a stream deck are Elgato lights, and that shit's way too expensive for lights. So, can't do it with lights, but I can do it with sounds, and I plan to, because I want to fuck them up. literal jump scares, Seven. That's what I want to do. Is like I wanted to start playing Whispers or something, and then they're like, what the fuck? And they genuinely like scare them out of character. Like literally is what I want. That's what I want for this. So I sent them a bunch of references and stuff of things they can watch to see what it's going to be like, how to be in character, what reactions are like, and I'm beyond thrilled. Like, genuinely, I can't wait for session 0. I'm literally looking at the clock like, how many days? How many hours? It's too far away. But it'll be fun. We got a lot of things in between. I just added something for tomorrow. Not for y'all, but you can come see it if you want. I'm doing voice acting stuff tomorrow, and then we stream on Wednesday, and then I've got a play test, which I don't think is recorded, but I got a play test on Friday, so there's a lot of, like, bits and pieces that are being woven in to distract me and take my time, but I don't want it to take my time. I just want to work on this campaign. Oh, my lord, y'all. I don't even have words. Like, I'm so beyond excited for this. Like, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, so that is what our next 2 weeks are gonna be. This week and next week is us putting down as much ideas, as many ideas, and as much information as possible so that when I get the feedback from the players, we are able to weave them in rather than going, uh-oh, we didn't plan for this, right? We'll have ideas. We'll have something that comes from maybe the place that they live or something that comes from, you know, the type of thing that they lost. There's a lot of free-sourced missions out there as well. I've talked to one creator who makes a bunch of independent assignments that said I can share them on stream, we can talk about them, and we can go through ideas that we like from them. Maybe we want to pull here or there. They said totally open to it. I don't know if I fully remember what their name was, but I can find it if we need to, if we want to go through that jazz today. But that's what we're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks, and I'm excited for it, to be honest. I posted a short to YouTube, which got a decent amount of views, that was asking people for their ideas, hoping they would come join us, because the more people that join us, the more ideas we get to bring to life. Because I don't think there's anything more incredible and satisfying than being able to see your own ideas put to life in front of you and put on screen in front of you. I think that's so cool, genuinely. Okay. Woo! We are already death watering it, I swear to God. Oh my lord. Alright, y'all. Let me pull up our sheet so I can add Vanilla's ideas. And then we can keep creating. You know what's so funny, y'all? So I brought my thermostat in here. Let me switch over. Yay! Now, is that too small for you guys? Can you read that, or should I zoom in? Because I can zoom in. I just can't tell on my end if that is too small. It might be a little small, huh? It's a little fuzzy? Okay. Yeah, let me zoom. Okay. Let me zoom in. Alright, I'm gonna go up in percentages. Is that clear, or do I need to go up again? Because I can go up more if I need to. I got a whole 20% still that I can go up. I was made for loving you, baby. How does that look, chat? Does that look okay? Is it still fuzzy? Slightly fuzzy, but you can read it. Alright, I'm gonna go up one more. We'll see if that makes it a little better. I think. Okay, I think that's the most I can zoom in. So, I think a lot of y'all listen versus watch anyways, so hopefully it won't murder your eyes too much, because you'll only maybe glance back and forth. Better? Okay. I think that's as far as I can zoom in because, again, we're trying 1080p. We're usually on 720p because my laptop can't always handle it. So we're trying 1080p tonight, so that might be why it's a slightly blurry because it's not quite there. It could be the font too. Yeah, I could try and change the font. It's in Arial though, which should be visible. Let's see. Try changing it. We'll change our whatchamacallums. Could be that the font is too small as well. Can make the font bigger. Loving you, baby. Alright, let's change font just in case. That is awful. We're going back to the original. I might keep it in Arial, but I will put it at 14, maybe? 13? That might be good. We'll try that. Okay. So we'll leave it there then. And Vanilla, I will add your idea. So, hermit crab-like creatures that... Oops, if I could spell words. It's no worry, Theta. I want to make sure if you want to see it, you can. I know a lot of folks listen and just sort of chat when they get ideas. Wow, I really didn't absolutely messed up that spelling, which is totally fine. I think it's actually sometimes preferable since I don't always show a lot on screen. But if you are somebody who wants to see what's up there and maybe reading it will help you, or if I write something down that you said, you're like, oh, I didn't quite mean that, I want to make sure you can read it. So, hermit crab-like creatures that have, we'll say that are the souls of dead children. They give little gifts when you are nice to them, and they pass on. They get together. I'm about to say get together and beat you up if you are mean to them. And maybe they have a big protector one. Okay. So we will do that. So that's an idea for a creature we could have. Just popping in really quick to say those energy bites you recommended were top tier. I grinded the oats and some dark chocolate together and yum. Also, you hit affiliate. Congrats. Hi, Ava. Thank you for popping in. We love you. I'm glad you like them. Thank you for the thank to affiliate. I'm so excited. We have so many amazing new people here. And we're doing a great time. We're building a community campaign because I'm going to be running, GMing a Candela Obscura campaign, and the community is building it live for the month of May. Also, fun fact, Ava, I know you'll get a kick out of this. You can thank my dead mother because that was her recipe. She'll be glad to know that someone likes it. Oh my god. Did you just subscribe, Ava? You don't have to do that. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. I appreciate you, Ava. You're fucking beautiful. I hope you know that. Fabulous human being. Oh my gosh, yo. Support the besties. Always support the besties. Are you kidding? You've got it to spare. You got to support. How much peanut butter have you gotten through? I know you said you're just stopping in, but like I gotta know. Have you gotten through all your peanut butter? Especially when they give you food. Correct. 7, they jumping me, that one guy from IDK where truth 7. Not yet, you have 30 tablespoons left. Oh, Jesus Lord. Good luck. You got through 36. Holy shit. Well, on one hand, I say congrats because you're halfway through. You're more than halfway through. You can do it. Amazing. On the other hand, damn, bro, 30's a lot. 30's a shit ton. Congrats. Yeah, exactly. Congrats. You've eaten too much peanut butter. Woo, damn. Damn, dude. Also, I'm gonna have to try grinding the oats because I only ever put it in a mixer. And I usually keep them frozen because I like them like solid, but I'm gonna try grinding it. The energy bites are my breakfast this week. Hell yeah! Dark chocolate is so good in that recipe too. Like if you can handle dark chocolate, ooh, the bitterness of the chocolate with the oats and the honey, oh my gosh, is so good. I blended them into crumbs with dark chocolate and a hint of vanilla. Okay. I'll have to try adding a little vanilla. See, the problem with me and vanilla or any sort of like, just add a little sprinkle, is normal people's sprinkle is like, ba-doo, and my sprinkle is like, ah yes, dumps whole thing. Like, I don't know. My brain doesn't know how to sprinkle. It only knows how to dump shit into a baking pot. Vanilla is not even a teaspoon? Bro, I could never. I'm the type of person who, even if you tell me to like pour it into the teaspoon amount, I would take it and I would pour it over my mixing bowl so that if I accidentally pour too much, it goes into the recipe anyways. That is how I cook. Imprecise grandma measurements, literally. As they would say with bitters, just a dash. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I hate Mary Poppins. With every fiber of my being. Swear to God, if that's stuck in my head tonight, I am blaming you. For that one. Oh, Lord help me, yo. Lord help me. I swear. Dash is the dumbest metric. Like, what is a dash? Thank you. A pinch, a dash, any of those ones I do not like. I get that's how people originally did it and they needed a word for when we didn't have teaspoon or tablespoon invented. I get it. Or when we weren't weighing ingredients, they didn't know what to say. I get it. But now we weigh ingredients. We use teaspoons and tablespoons. Hell, I can do it in ounces if you absolutely need me to. Milliliters even. Let's bring on the fucking metric system. But please, no more dashes, no more pinches, no more sprinkles. Okay, that shit sucks. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, metric is totally better. Okay, back to studying, do the great things. If you ever need D&D help, I'm totally down. Also, you ought to check out Obsidian for note-taking for D&T. It's a game jig. Oh, bro, I'm writing that down right now. Obsidian, thank you. You said metric like it's worse. I mean, it's not worse. I just can't do any math whatsoever. But go study. You're a smart person who's in, like fancy college degree smart people stuff. I'll write down Obsidian. I love you. Thank you for showing up. You're a fabulous human being, and I hope you know that. Okay, Obsidian for D&D note-taking. Okay, got it. I'll send you the link. You can link to other pages, and it shows the web of interconnected things. Hell yeah. Okay. I feel as if I've seen Billin, Rachel? I feel as if I've seen B. Dylan Hollis complaining about non-standard measurements in old cookbooks. Theta, who is this person? Am I supposed to know this person, or is this more like amazing history and lore that you are bringing to our table to learn today? Because I don't really know cookbook people at all. I barely know like any cookie people. I just kind of Google shit and then I hope and pray that I don't fuck it up. Or I watch Master Baker. I will say, Cutie Cinderella's recipes this year for Master Baker were awesome. The only thing I will say is I tried to make the churros and I was all excited about it, and then I went to watch it and I realized there weren't measurements on the explanations of how to make it, and so I was like, shit. And so I had to Google a recipe that didn't quite match hers and kind of like guesstimate the right measurement amounts. So that'd be my only critique, but otherwise the Master Baker this year was awesome as hell. And I ended up I couldn't figure out how to make a star tip piping bag. So I made like donuts. I ended up making just like fried mini donuts that tasted delicious. And I did cinnamon sugar instead of like, whatchamacallit. But it was good. Gay vintage baking, not lore. Oh, I gotta look up some gay vintage baking. We're all about that. Max Miller probably made a similar complaint. Again, do not know, but I'm gonna assume it's also a part of gay vintage baking because we love our gay vintage baking. Boy, I need a whole, list of gay vintage bakery stuff, and then one time I've got a stream in the kitchen, and I'll just title it Worst Baker in the World Baking Stream. And hopefully people will join us, and they'll realize that I'm not kidding. I genuinely am awful. I cannot do it to save my life. But it is fun, and that's why I kind of enjoy baking and cooking, because it's fun to do, even if you're bad. Presenter of Tasting History, who also happens to be gay. So once again, gay baking. I love this. I did not know this was a subgenre, but this is a subgenre. And I'm all about this. Subgenres for life, bro. This is everything. I need to invest myself into the gay side of baking and cooking. Oh my god, I am all about this shit. This is awesome. Okay. So, we need to think of what kind of case or assignment or magical thing is happening that we want our folks to possibly take their journey on. That's the big thing with this. So, we have Empress Iamene, or Emperor Iamene, whatever you'd like to call her. There is the concept that she is immortal and has been locked away inside of a tomb in the Old Fair ruins. That could be a plot. The only thing with that is then we would have to create something that Candela Obscura is actually sending them to go do, and then it ends up being Iamene. So maybe a spirit is bringing people, or sort of like siren calling people to their death, or they hear a voice and then they disappear. Turns out to be Iamene. The Descent is the one with Iamene that I downloaded from our lovely person who makes those free, assignments that you can use. There is the Garden of the Gods with the walking wilts, which I thought would be really cool. So let me pull that one up so I can read that one to you guys, because I thought that might be a cool sort of mission that they have to go on. Okay. So we're gonna control F here. Walking. We're made for you. I was made for loving you, baby. Okay, so Garden of the Gods is like maze style, like a maze that keeps changing the walls. That's kind of Garden of the Gods. So I'll read you the blurb here. A garden conceived both horizontally and vertically, with plants that thrive with a variety that defies biologists' understanding of flora. Flower blooms know no season. Flower blooms know no season. Vines cling where none should grow, and the lack of sunlight seems not to affect this area's opulence. Some believe that the plants here might contribute to modern medicine, but they are resistant to harvest. Those who have tried to secure cuttings of the greenery from the garden have been killed and consumed. Roots are tangled around the remains of their corpses, even today. So it is a living, feasting garden maze that consumes people who try to damage it or take the flowers or take the fruits of it. The walls are constantly shifting and changing. It doesn't seem to need sunlight or anything else that normal plants need in order to thrive. It's kind of its own living entity. And I thought that idea was really kind of cool. And I'll tell you about the creature. So the creatures inside of the garden are the walking wilts, humanoids formed from living plants. These creatures wander the garden, trying to find a way out to the world above. They seem most interested in replicating human movement and will attack by pushing their way underneath a person's skin to take control of their body. Some ancient texts refer to these creatures as the embodiments of gods walking on Earth. And I think that's really cool. One, because I love the idea of whatever sort of creature or mysterious thing they face, literally like pulling up your fingernail style of getting under and in your skin. Like, ugh, awful. And that's what I want. Or we also been talking about gods a lot. We've been talking about magic. We've been talking about rulers. What does it mean? What is on the other side? How much power do they have? Are they benevolent? Etc., etc. And the idea that some texts thinks that these are literal gods coming from this garden and walking on Earth and trying to take the form of humans might be really cool. I came back from unloading the dishwasher and hear that. 7, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, probably not the greatest thing to hear. Ooh. We're going through a few of the places and the creatures that they have, the areas that they have that might inspire what kind... Damn! That was a big old cough. I was trying to say that might inspire what mystery or creatures or place we send our players. Damn. I didn't think I talked that much over the weekend, but shit. I guess I'll turn this fan up a little. We might actually... We're gonna up the outtake, I think. And we'll see if that helps. On a related note, there's a FNAF story in one of their books that's similar to what you described just there about the creature thingy. Oh, really? I know that the animatronic sort of lore is that the kids were put into the suits, right? Like literally, and that's what killed them, is the suit like into them. But are you talking about something different? Because if it's in the books, that would be interesting. What do the creatures do in the FNAF sort of world? I'd be interesting to hear that. Yeah, they sort of cling on and they like type of consume, which is a dope idea, first of all. Amazing idea. But I kind of like the idea, especially if they're gods or whatever they are, trying to take control of like a human form in order to walk among the people. I don't know that would, like, what if it doesn't expel your soul? What if you're trapped in there with them and they just have control of your body as if they're like your nervous system, right? Or they've made it into your brain and you're still there because your soul is still there, but you're just kind of forced to forever be cursed with them? I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. Or maybe the garden claims you. So maybe we could have it that because the garden will literally kill and consume, like inside of its walls, like Harry Potter style, where it would kind of whoop you right in the Goblet of Fire jazz. If it's doing that, then maybe it's trading. So maybe when it consumes someone, takes them into their garden, then what it's actually doing is eating and replicating out of vines, out of plants, that person in order for a god or for whatever the spirits are to now inhabit that replicated person and leave the garden. That could be cool. In ancient polytheisms, statues were used to embody the gods. Perhaps the wilts are an attempt to make the gods present and alive, and maybe priests sacrifice themselves for this glorious purpose. Ooh. They actually have something very similar for Candela. Let me see if I can find it, because that might be something that we could play with. Is it right under here? Yeah, so the only aspect that's different for this one is that they don't technically say they're gods. They say they're like magical creatures, so to speak. But there are something called the hollow bodies. These are massive sculptures of humanoid forms that are stationed in groups, like battalions, along the borders of the city. Each has a different creature's face, and they blend the characteristics of many animals. These towering stone beings stand at the ready within the caverns of Oldfair, shockingly intact after the city's fall. While most mundane archaeologists claim that these statues were intended for use in worship or designed to terrify enemies, many lightkeepers postulate that alchemists used them as vessels to house magical beings that defended Oldfair. So they kind of have these. And there's like one among them that's huge, and it's called the Golden Colossus. And that kind of room for one more. There's these bunch of mini Renas, tiny ballerina dolls. Okay. That crawl into the MC's mouth when he's asleep during his work shift and crawl in between his muscles and skin until he dies in the middle of a city sidewalk. Ooh, 7. I like that interpretation. I like the idea that they have to get in through orifices. I think changing the idea that, oh, you have to go in through mouth, you have to go in through nose, into, nope, it can literally just, bang, and then, like, get inside. I think that makes it scarier. But I like this idea that they're going in between muscles and nervous system and skin and bone. I like that. Yeah, Theta, hiccups are here. Hiccups are here. Oh, hiccups are here. So I think a good thing to do is to go through, we have case ideas, right? But I think a good thing to do is to go through all of our locations in Candela and figure out where maybe we could set it. Because if we figure out where it is, we might be able to give it a stronger idea of what exactly the mystery is. So we have Garden of the Gods with maybe the Walking Welts. Hiccups in the stream? Okay, then that is, if it's pausing or whatever, then that is probably the fact that I turned it up to 1080p. So it's having a little bit of trouble keeping track with that. That's on YouTube. Twitch, have we seen any hiccups or pauses in it so far? Please let me know, because it hasn't done it too much on my end, which is good, because if it starts happening on OBS, then I know we're done for. So we have Garden of the Gods. We have the Hollow Bodies, which are, I'll put little bullet points so we remember what they are. So this is stone creature human statues that are vessels for magic creatures. Okay. And then Garden of the Gods will be the Walking Wilts. Walking Wilts, which are vine people, we're going to put that in quotes, trying to get under a person's skin and take control. For me, it was like that for a moment, but I refreshed it. It was fine. Okay. No worries, no worries. This is how it goes sometimes. It's not too hot at the moment from what I can feel, but I appreciate y'all. Just let me know if anything goes crazy haywire. And if it's past, it's going to be past an hour, so if it goes crazy haywire where you hear me on stream going, oh no, oh god, oh shit, oh we're down, if you hear that, probably means we're done for the night. But if you don't hear that, just refresh, and I'm sure it'll come back. So Garden of the Gods, Hollow Bodies. I want to explore some other things in here that might be cool. So a lot of these are going to be Oldfair things, but we can... Do the Wilts gain access to thoughts and memories when they enter? I think that's up to us, because it doesn't say in the lore. So I will put a bullet point. Do they gain access to thoughts and memories? So here's my thought process. If we do Walking Wilts territory, I'm going to put another bullet. I would like to say that the Walking Wilts are maybe can only use... Alright, let me speak and then type. I would say that the Wilts would maybe can only use these bodies that they're able to get in and under as hosts temporarily. Because I like the idea that when the garden itself takes a body into it, so the Walking Wilts come out, They get under, and I would say they use these bodies almost as like shields. So let's say there's a team, they manage to get inside one. Now you're shooting your friend, not the creature. So I feel like maybe they're less of trying to, even though the lore says, oh, they want to get in and so they can leave, I like the idea more that they're sort of controlling them temporarily, almost as husks, rather than minds and thoughts and people. Because what we can do then is, let's say they succeed. They down the whole party, they get inside of all these bodies, and then what they do is they mesh back into the wall of the garden. Those bodies get consumed and then replicated back out. So it's like they're making clones. Clones are made of like vines and magic, interwoven with magic, but they're making clones of these people. So it's almost as if those people go missing and then show back up. But they don't remember their family. They don't remember their loved ones. They don't remember their life because it's not those people. And yet they look the same and they talk the same and they walk the same. And what do you mean? I think that might be a cool mystery. So let's say Walking Wilts maybe use the people they get into as husks temporarily. Whoops. Their goal is to merge those people into the garden, because then the bodies will get consumed and replicated with garden and magic, and the creatures or spirits. And I think we should try and determine, if we go this route, I think maybe we could determine what exactly the spirit or creature or god is that gets put into the replicated bodies of these new people. Is it just a random magical creature that has the conscience of a rat? You know, like very low level conscience? Or is it something that's intelligent and would know how to deceive you and would be able to lie? Like, how smart are these? What is their goal? In the game Lethal Company, they have the entity known as Masked, which is a little similar to the Wilts except for the plant part. Okay, I like this energy. I think this is really cool. Because I love the idea of knowing something is wrong about a person and knowing it's not quite them, but the mystery is like, are they still in there? Can we take them back? We won't know. Maybe like a hive mind thing. Ooh, 7. Wait, I love that. Yeah, let's do that. Because then it gives them like mediocre to our level intelligence without giving them a independency that I think would make it too difficult. I think if they're independent, it's a little difficult, but if we hive mind them, then that's a really cool idea. And magic and the creatures or spirits take the new bodies and leave the garden. So, hive mind, not independent beings, but decently intelligent. I'm going to say our level. Cool. So then the question becomes, what do we think their goal would be if they're trying to push their hive mind out into new bodies? Is it to take over more people? Is it to plant more gardens? Because the hive mind essentially is the garden, right? If these creatures are coming from the garden, the hive mind is the garden itself. So would the people, the garden parts that leave, would their goal be to start new gardens? Because once they're in these bodies, they might have some powers, but they don't have the ability to hop into another body. They don't have the ability to replicate there because, again, gotta be consumed by the garden wall. So is their goal maybe to, like, maybe they're all like respectable people who end up in some sort of like ecology or save the environment or start a community garden, and they're trying to like recreate more gardens. Just thought up a fun gag if you went that route with the wilts. Ooh, 7, I want to know. Tell me. I want to know. Maybe I'm going to write, maybe they're community gardens / climate change / good economy people because they are trying to make more gardens. And that's their goal. I don't know. That might be cool. I'm liking this. This will be a good route to go if the players give us any ideas that are based in sort of like maybe either plant stuff, right? Nature things, or if it's based in maybe colonies, or if maybe their backstory has people going missing, or, you know, if we get really lucky, we might have somebody who's like, they just weren't themselves anymore and we don't really know what happened. Now I can throw it in there, right? So we want to keep things that have different concepts because then we can take, depending on what the players create, from whichever one we decide. Damn. It is almost 85 degrees in here. I brought my thermometer in here because I am really, really tiny and I get cold really, really easily. And everybody's always like, oh, yeah, you know, sometimes you get, okay, sure, you get cold, whatever. I'm like, no, you don't understand. So I brought my thermometer in here because I was like, I will get cold in this booth, and it is burning. And they're like, oh, okay, sure. No. It is 84 degrees. 84.9, almost 85 degrees in this booth. Am I warm? Sure. I wouldn't say I'm cold. I'm probably sweating. It's why I wear black, so you can't see. But I feel fine. Like, I feel a good temperature. Like, 84 is a good temperature for me. It's not hot, which is crazy and not normal. So I always have to remind people, I'm like, not normal. One wilt could get sliced and a nearby one starts freaking out because of the hive mind. Wait, I love this idea, though. I love this idea. Okay. They react to each other's pain / freak out if another hive mind person is dealt damage. 7, I'm going to put your name down here so that I remember this because I want to give you guys credit. And hive mind was Theta. Okay. You know what would be cool about that, actually? 7, actually, you gave me the best idea ever. You know what would be really cool with that idea? There's a way to incorporate that still doesn't make it obvious that they're a hive mind. If the garden is able to take over an entire circle, or at least a decent amount of people in a circle, and then that circle are reacting to each other, like freaking out when one of their close members get hurt or things happen to them, right? And they're really, really like attached to them. I could see as a player, if I don't know what's happening, I could see arguing that away as like, well, of course they're going to freak out. They're part of their circle. They're part of their family. They love them. Of course they're going to do that. When in reality, it's the hive mind. That's cool. Hive mind was 7? Oh, okay, thank you, Theta. I'll put it on 7s as well. Hey, gal, how you doing? It's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a bit. How's life been? We are working on creating a campaign for a game called Candela Obscura. It's kind of like D&D, but horror-themed. I would love your ideas if you think of any while you're here with us. Anything works. You don't need to know plot or context or anything like that. But we are building a campaign for the month of May, and then I have actors who are going to perform the campaign. So it's going to be really cool. Everybody's ideas are going to be a part of it, and I'm very excited. It's lifing, got finals week. Yeah, finals week has to suck. Oof. Big oof. Ooh. What kind of thing do you study? Is it one thing in particular, or is it just kind of like you got finals for everything? Yeah, we're really excited about it, Gal. I'm like thrilled because everybody has such good ideas and concepts. We're talking about sort of hive mind, garden plant creatures that like take over bodies and then pretend to be the humans they took over. That's kind of our energy right now. I study HR and French. That's an interesting combination. Do you plan on being an HR coordinator in France, or are you trying to like be a multilingual HR person? Thoughts on silent horror? So I am a very particular person when it comes to like films and shows and stuff. So I don't even like a lot of modern stuff, but I think silent horror can be done excellently. And there is a way to do it that can be really good. It depends on what energy you're going for. Like if you're actually going to scare someone, you have to be really mindful about what your visuals are. You have to be mindful of, do you mean silent by no sound at all? Or do you mean silent by like no talking and you still hear all the nature sounds? Because I know back then with silent films, you literally had nothing. They kind of vary on whether or not I'd classify them as horror. Maybe in the time, sure. Nowadays, I think if we're calling silent, I would want it to be no talking, but you still have all of the nature and ambiance sounds. I think that would be dope. I want to work in a career center, and I learned French because I like the language. Oh, cool. Well, that's dope then. I'm glad that you were able to take like a learning path that you actually genuinely enjoy, rather than having to be solely focused on like, I must do this thing because it makes me money. Like, that's amazing that you were able to learn something that you genuinely like. Because plants can't talk. No noise can be just as scary as loud noise. Ooh, gal, I like this. Hold on, I'm gonna add you to this list now. No noise, plants can't talk, versus scary loud noises type of energy. I like that. You've been added to our plant list. I think these are really cool ideas that we've got going here. And we're going to go through a bunch of different sort of areas and creatures of Old Fair on stream tonight, which is the ancient, magical, supernatural realm in this universe. And we're going to see what we can create in as many as possible. Because we don't have session 0 with the players to learn what they're thinking until next week. So we've got this week and next week of streams that we are just creating and creating and creating. And that way, the more we create in the more atmospheres and genres and places, the more we have to choose from when people create stuff. Maybe as their human disguises, they act like a group of mute people. Ooh. Okay, 7. I see you taking on to what Gal said. Okay, so I'll put it here. I'll say mute people when they take over. Okay, I like that. There's a part with high intensity and then silence. Yeah. High tension and then silence is really good. I was telling folks earlier, I'm gonna have a sound system that's able to play sounds while they are playing this game, while they are performing. So I definitely want to have like music or undertones that scare the shit out of them. And I think doing this very high intense sort of thing and then silence. And then the creatures come out would be really cool. I think that'd be cool and scary and effective. Oh, there's so many ideas. I'm genuinely like so excited. So many things we can come up with. I think we should move. Just made another Axel Gator baby sketch. Oh my goodness. So Gal, Axel Gator is one of our creatures that we created. It's axolotls mixed with alligators. Oh my goodness, 7, you'll have to send it to me. I love the little Axel Gator babies. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're super cute. The idea is that they're kind of like dangerous like alligators, like they have the teeth and the claws, but they're slimy and goopy and like falling apart like to the extreme based on the axolotl side of it. So I think that was really cute. Let's see what other places we can use for case ideas here, because I think the more that we go through, just to change up energy, will be cool. So, let's go to... Whoa! Okay, it does not want to load. Let's go up. I'm going to keep going until I get to the top of the phenomena. Old fair sites. Okay. Old fair sites. The Anatithini. Discord is doing the thing again? No worries, 7. Just send it to me when you have free time. It's all good. Alright, so the top old fair site on our list, to Instagram DMs you go, I love it, is the Anatithini. Anatithini. Okay, so let me read to you what the Anatithini is. These are all places in the ruins of Old Fair. That is the city that harnessed magical and supernatural energy and was destroyed because they used too much. No one really knows. And then our current city where our players are in is built on top of it. So they go underground in order to reach these things. So let me read to you what the Anatithini is. Scholars believe that this site was built on the outskirts of Old Fair to keep future residents of the land away. Ancient records suggest they constructed this monument just before the fall of the city, hoping to warn away anyone who came after them. Few who have entered the site have ever returned, and skeletons lie like breadcrumbs around the spiked mouth of the cave. The words over the entrance translate to, "When one enters, all are cursed." Have you ever heard the noises for forced growling? I don't know if I have, gal. Where do I find those? Hi, Lush! How are you? Hello. How's it going? We are working on building a community campaign for a game called Candela Obscura. It's kind of like D&D, but eldritch horror. And so what we are doing is we're creating the creatures, the plot, the characters, the mystery that the players have to solve. For the month of May, we're doing it live, everyone talking together. And then I have players that are actors who will perform whatever stream creates. So we're really excited about it. We are going through different sites that are magical ruined sites right now and trying to create our own versions of creatures or mysteries that might be happening with these sites. Forced growing... Oh, growing! I thought it said growling. Oh, forced growing rhubarb. No, I haven't heard of that either, gal. What is forced growing rhubarb? Is it like a plant that kills other plants in order for it to grow? Not really sure. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't think I've heard of that before. Please tell us. I love learning new things. It's one of my favorite things about streaming is getting all the new info. Okay, so there's a couple of things with the Anatithini. I sent the Axel Gator thing in Insta DMs. Oh, cute! I don't think I can open Insta on my computer, so I don't think I can share it to stream. But I will look at it because I love your drawings. I love when people send me drawings. Okay, so the Anatithini essentially is this big old gigantic, if you guys know Aladdin, how the cave, when it opens, is like a big tiger. So it kind of looks like that, where it looks like it's teeth for a cave entrance. And then it says, "One enters, all are cursed." And then in the inside, it is essentially like an altar, kind of. And a sarcophagus is in there. And then that's kind of most of it. Like, there's a few things in here. They believe the Anatithini is the tomb that has Empress Iamene, which, if you guys remember, they imply that the Empress of Old Fair, all the old 2,000 year ago magic time, Iamene, is still alive, buried in this tomb in the Anatithini. So if we want to go the Iamene route, this would be the route that we go. There's a plant, I think it's rhubarb, that is grown in a dark cave. Then the farmer suddenly gives the plant a light source, forcing them to grow rapidly. Oh, damn! We could add that into our plant creatures. The name Anatithonai looks like it comes from Greek, to set up or to establish. It is related to words for offerings and monuments. Okay, that makes sense. If this was her tomb resting place, that makes sense. I have a whole notebook of D&D ideas, so I may be able to help. Oh my gosh, Lush, please. I would love to hear any ideas you have. Genuinely, like, creature ideas, character ideas, NPCs, lore, plot, mysteries. We want it all. So please, if you are thinking of anything, you are more than welcome to join us. Like, put it into chat if you think of anything. You can DM me on Discord, whatever you like. We're going to be doing it live. Every Monday and Wednesday, I'm live at 9 p.m. EST till about midnight my time. And we are doing this for the whole month of May. Put a vid on Discord? Oh, cool, good. I'll have to check it out. You mean of the rhubarb. Okay. Because I think that'd be dope if it's like suddenly sunlight hits and they're like, wah, and they become big evil plant creatures. That would be cool. But okay, so the Anatithonai has... Let's see, we're talking about... So I'll put the Anatithonai with Iamene on our list in case we want to do that. So descent to follow Iamene / Anatithonai is her tomb. And then what I'll do is I'll take this section here where we say, oh, is she still alive and not just trapped? And I will put a bullet point over it and I will say, Iamene still alive and trapped in tomb? Question mark? It kind of sounds like a mix between twisting leather and bones breaking. That's amazingly awful. I love horror so much. Oh, I can't wait to watch that video. That's gonna be fire. That is gonna be amazing. If we go the idea of plant people and plant people taking over, we're adding the rhubarb. I'll put it on your list here, Gal. So, rhubarb force growing. We'll add that to yours. Okay, so... Oh, I made one up here for Anatithonai. Okay, we'll take it off then. Alright, what else is on our list? So, I'm gonna skip Dig Site 47 because that was where I created my character for a different campaign. I tied him into Dig Site 347. We could use it if we want to go into the war. Then we will have to come back to it. So if in about 2 weeks when I have session 0, if a player wants to play a war veteran, I will come back to you guys on that Monday stream and I will say, hey, we need to delve into Dig Site 347 because they want to play a war veteran and that's why the war was started, with one of these artifacts. So we'll come back to it if we need to. I was a huge Foley artist nerd, and I loved learning about what sounds induce fear. Oh, Gal, you are in the right place then for inducing fear sounds. Hell yeah. I have a very, very basic outline of a theater play where the entire thing is just sort of a horror play because they don't really exist. There's one or two, but they're not really horror. And so it was a concept of almost entirely silent, but it was playing with sounds and putting speakers and like vibrations underneath the audience's feet in order to amp up the intensity and the fear that they would be having in these moments. And it's messing with lights, it's messing with sounds. It was based on the idea that electronics nowadays and smart devices listen to you and have control. So the idea was things would be happening in real time, but the audience would be distracted, so they're not looking at the things that are happening. So for example, right, the actor would come in through the doorway that all of the audience member came in through. And that door would get closed and the play would go on for a bit. And then when the actor's character, but when the character starts to realize that something's wrong, they go to leave, all the audience is watching them. Whoa! Okay, apparently we've got some horror happening in here too, team. Damn, that was my light bulb. Let's see where I can put him. They don't like me talking about it, apparently. It's gonna give me a little bit of a shadow, but we might have to deal with that. Poor light bulb, yeah. He's a ring light, so he'll be okay, but the little clip to hold him onto things broke. So I was hoping he would just stay, but he will not. But the concept was, like, the actor goes towards the door, right, to, like, leave because the character realizes that something scary is happening or someone's in their house or something. So you as the audience are like, oh, they're leaving. You go to look with them as they run to the door that every single audience member and the actor came through, only to see that it's open. And you're like, that doesn't make sense. She closed it when she entered and the play started. I never saw that door reopen. And so little things like that are happening while you are being distracted as an audience member from things that are happening with the character and with the stage. It's okay if one or two people are observant, but it needs to be mostly like people are watching. Yeah, I thought it was a fun idea too, Gal, and there were ideas of, like, for example, when whoever it is that's, you need a lot of backstage people for this, but someone's opening that door while you're focused with the character somewhere else, they're also, like, adding a pair of shoes that weren't there next to it. And then when you guys are realizing the door and the shoes with the actor, someone else is moving something or adding something or changing something to the main set that you are now no longer focused on. And so when the actor comes back to put all their things down and, like, start turning on lights or start trying to find their keys, all of a sudden they go to the place that you know they put them there because you saw them put them there, but they're not there anymore. So it's really, really cool. Sounds like a fun murder mystery dinner type thing. Yeah, that's exactly kind of what it was, is like the idea of involving the audience in the genuine concept of you're not watching someone else be scared. You should be scared with them. Because if it's kind of the magic idea of the more you can't comprehend what is happening, the more you're like, I know this is fake, but oh my god, I know this is fake, but oh my god. And that really helps with the drama. That oddly curly fry wasn't on my silver plate before. Exactly, 7. Hi, Fox Daddy, welcome. We're talking about horror, and we're also working on what sort of place or we could put maybe the campaign, what kind of creatures come with those places, and that way we can build out the different places and the different Old Fair sites, which Old Fair is the magical supernatural sort of place that used to exist before our current day time in the game, so that when the players and I have session 0, we can pick whichever one molds to them the best. But how have you been, Fox Daddy? It's been a good week. How was your week? What did you do? We had a good time here. We went and we got a lot of things. We went to a little festival. We played with dogs and cats. It was a great weekend. Tiresome weekend, but a great weekend. Okay, guys, so I'm going to skip Dig Site 37, or 347. We'll come back to it if we absolutely need to. The next one on our list is part of the Endless Descent as well. So I will separate the Endless Descent and the Antithenae because they're technically two separate things. So I'll put the Antithenae here. It's just that I think at the end of the Descent is supposed to be the Antithenae. But we'll put that there, and then we will put the Descent. And I'll read to you guys what that one is about. You've been tired? Aw, Fox Daddy. I hope it's tired for a good reason and not tired for a bad reason. Because it can suck to be tired, but as long as you know and you had a good experience and that's the reason that you're tired, sometimes it's worth it. Like I've been tired for the whole weekend because, you know, normal people get up at normal times. And your girls doing live streams at 9 to midnight, so I don't get up at normal times. And so we were getting up at normal times over the weekend, and so I was tired today. But I'm here because I literally thought I have to stream because people are going to be in chat, and I love talking to you guys. And so I was like, I have to talk. I want to. Just work tired. Okay, that's not bad. That's not good, but it's not bad. Work tired can be good. I've been tired since birth. Oh my God, gal. Yo, that hits a little too hard. Hold on, that's a little too strong. You brought reality into this conversation. Hold on. You're not allowed to do that. That hit too hard. That's too real. That's too real right there. Oh my God. Tired since birth. Yeah. Me too. I'm gonna open this pack of fruit snacks while I'm here. I got fruity snacks. Okay, idea number 1 for my journal. Hell yeah, Lush. Okay, let's see. A fairy kingdom that is invisible to the eyes until a magic item is worn. A lot of this was from 1 a.m. 1 a.m. is the best time to come up with these ideas, okay? Best time. I like this. All right, Lush, I'm going to add you to our list. So I have a whole list of everyone's names and the ideas that they come up with. So I'm going to add you to our list. Thank you for supplying your ideas. Because I want to make sure everyone does get credited. Let me shift tab. Well, if we use them. So we'll put you here. Okay, so. Fairy Kingdom. Whoops. Invisible to eyes until magic item is worn. Okay, I love this concept. So, in this universe, right, our version of fairies would be kind of like the really, really evil kind. They would be tricksters, they would be cruel, they would be murderous, like they don't play games. So our version of fairies are cruel. And I like this because it's almost like some sort of menace or bad thing is happening, and then you find this item thinking that it's going to be, we're going to see some cute little thing. No, they're like evil little creatures. Are we allowed to give ideas from scratch, or what's the vision so far? Absolutely, you can give ideas for scratch. Excuse me, while I swallow these gummies. I would actually love for you to give ideas from scratch. So the way that this is kind of being built is I am taking any idea. It genuinely doesn't matter if you are like, I don't even know what D&D is, but I thought of this fantasy concept one time. That's awesome. I want to hear it. Because what we can do is we can mold the idea to fit in the universe that we have. So for example, fairies, right? Like we just talked about with Lush. Lush's idea is awesome. Fairies themselves, in the cute Tinkerbell way, don't exist in this universe. But fairies, the idea of stab people's ears and eyes in their sleep, do exist. So we can mold it in order to work. So Gal, if you've got ideas, throw them at us. And Lush, if you have any more you want to share, you are more than welcome to. I love taking all these ideas and jazz. And if you have a color that you would like me to put for your name, you're welcome to pick a color. I'll also just give you one if you'd prefer not to pick. I think we have orange, blue, green, purple, and then every other color that you would like. And I will gladly give you your color. Oh my goodness, y'all. This gummy pack is none of the good ones. I'm so disappointed. Wait a second. Okay, there's one blue purple. One. Because blue is the best flavor. If you're trying to tell me blue isn't the best flavor, you're incorrect. Burn the gummies. Listen, I'm wondering if I'm allowed to get my money back because I had one pack of gummies. That was not the color I wanted. God, that'd be funny as shit. That's like a Karen TikTok you see. I always love the idea of creating horror from beautiful things. Like, you take usually beautiful things and make them unsettling. Going back to plants, flowers are beautiful, but they're poisonous. Ooh. I like this idea, gal. Hold on. The gum pack! I would like that shade of blue. That's such a good way to put it. Okay, we'll give you this shade of blue. It's a really pretty blue. Damn. Okay, we'll give you this shade of blue. So this is kind of like, let's see. I would say, oops, I think I picked the wrong one. I think this shade is like, oh, we might have to custom it. We might have to custom it. Uh-oh. Oh, it might not let me because that's not what I want. Maybe like there. I might be a little dark. We'll lighten it a little. We'll go there. Yeah, that's pretty close, I think. I unfortunately can only choose from the colors they let me because I think... Oh, no, we can do it. Okay, wait. I thought it was only letting me color pick. Alright, let's change it then. Custom. So it's kind of more like a greeny blue, I think. Yeah, there it is. There it is. That's the color. That's the color. Oh, Lush, I'm so glad you picked that. I love that color. You have wounded the land with your iron and caged lightning. You will be recompensed. Holy shit, Theta. Damn. Theta, you said, I'm not here to create the creatures. I'm here to create your lines that you're gonna say to the players. Okay, we're combining these. So, Gal, I'm giving you your own note here. Hold on. Gal, you can tell me what color you would like. But so beautiful things that are dangerous and deadly. Because while I do like it in the concept of flowers and plants, I would like to see your idea of beautiful things that are dangerous and deadly in a more abstract format. I want it to be something that is either, I wouldn't say conspicuous, but something you don't think of, right? We kind of think of, oh, snakes with bright colors are poisonous. Flowers with blah, blah, blah are blah, blah. Roses have thorns. I want it to be something where you're like, maybe even the purest, most beautiful soul is cruel, right? Something along those lines. So I'm going to put you here. Maroon! Gal, fun fact. Maroon is my favorite color. That is not a joke. Maroon is my favorite color. Perfect. Yes, Lush. I agree. That line of dialogue is incredible. If you give the people the pre-notion that this is horror, and then at first everything is lovely and pretty, then slowly it starts to turn unsettling and unsafe and terrifying. Yes, Gal, I love that. Angry fairies. Yes. Stained glass type hostile creatures. Ooh, 7. That's not a bad idea. 7 suggests stained glass style hostile creatures. I like that. Tulip. Your hair is maroon? Good for you. I fucking wish. Mine's like it's hard to see because the light dropped. But it's kind of like a reddish brown auburny. I don't know. I don't call it red because there are actual like people with red hair. But it's that sort of Irish brown where it's like a brown red. So yeah. Oh, you dye it. Good for you. Get the color you want. Okay, there was a time period when I had green and orange hair. You don't get more, hi, I'm an American who has Irish heritage than that, okay? So it's fine. Do what you want. Oh, my goodness. Oh, were you saying perfect to the color? The color is perfect. It just suddenly occurred to my brain that maybe I read that wrong. Either way, dope. Sometimes there's literally a channel point option because so many things go over my head and I don't understand them that I have a channel point option that is just, whoo, and it's a little plane that says it went over Rachel's head or flew over her head. It happens so often, I swear to God. I want to keep that in mind of things start beautiful or they're gorgeous or, you know what I'm going to add to this, gal? Beautiful and delicate. Because I like the idea that some people feel like they need to be, whatever this person or creature or item is, they feel like they need to coddle it or take care of it because it's delicate and it's fragile and it's beautiful. And yet it could do more damage than anything on this planet. They left me caught between the awful color problem of the orange and the green. Listen, if you don't think I won't start singing, "It is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. My father, he was orange, and my mother, she was green," I will sing the whole fucking song. Do not tempt me, okay? I am allowed. You pull a sheep from Zootopia. Oh, yes. I love that. Twist villain. I am intrigued by twist villain idea. Or at least we had the idea that maybe if you use magic, because in this universe, 99.9% of the time, all magic is evil. It does not matter what kind of creature or stuff it is, what item it is. It is, if not evil, like intent, it is damaging. So it could be sweet, it can be trying to do a good thing, but it will eventually harm and kill humans. There is no way around it. That is how this world works. So the idea that we had a concept earlier, that people who try to harness the magic, even if they're doing it for good, eventually get corrupted and corrupted and corrupted until they become these horrifying, incessant, evil beings that just thirst for things because they've been corrupted by it. So that idea of twist villain, or at least was genuinely a good person and now can no longer be redeemed, and having to deal with that trauma and that emotion of, this person was good to me, this person was someone I cared about, this person has never wronged me, but they are doing wrong to others. And do I let that slide? Do I put a blind eye, or do I stop it? That concept is really intriguing to me. Empire Bellows, enough said. True. Porcelain people. Ooh, porcelain people. Okay. Theta says porcelain people? Question mark? Like a doll type of horror? That would be cool. Have you ever watched the Bells short spooky film? Oh, I'm sorry, gal. I am sorry, there are ads. Okay, guys. This is the special time for our YouTube watchers and our subscribers, where for the next minute and 15 seconds, you have me all to yourselves, and the non-subscribers will never know what I'm saying. So what do you want? Do you want me to do a funny voice? Do you want me to say something weird? What do you want? Hurry up, you got a minute left. Tell me what to do, tell me what to say, whatever you want. It'll be our secret. Plot twists are spooky, this is true. And I have not, well, I suppose she cannot hear me, so I'll tell her I haven't watched it afterwards. Favorite Celtic folk song? I don't know if I have a folk song, but I like a lot of my mom was a, like Irish Rover type of person. 7, you got 30 seconds. You better hurry up. What do you want? You better hurry up. This is secret Rachel time. We can't tell them. Nobody gets to know. Nobody gets to know what was said here today. It's secret. Fizzaroli impression. Okay, shoot. Okay, oh God. He's pretty much just Alex Brightman. So I go about as low as I can and I'm Fizzaroli. Hello, welcome people who just sat through those ads. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you watching and I appreciate you joining. We'd love your ideas for our community campaign. If you're wondering why I was laughing, it's because subscribers and YouTube viewers during ad time get to ask me to say whatever they want, since I'm a voice actor, in whatever voice they want, and they get private time that no one gets to see, and we don't clip, so who knows what I just said. I just moved to my phone. Lush, don't tell them how to beat the system. Lush, you gotta keep it a secret. No one's supposed to know that they can hop to YouTube or change their platform to not watch the ads. No, welcome, y'all. We are creating a community campaign for a game called Candela Obscura. It's kind of like D&D, but horror. So if you have any ideas, throw them in chat, and I have a group of actors who are going to perform them. We're doing this all of the month of May, so you can join us anytime you like, or you're welcome to lurk as well. We've been talking about the... You got an ad on your phone? No, Lush! No! Oh, Lush, that sucks. Now you're gonna have to switch back over. Oh my gosh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so we have been talking about the things. Yeah, so Gal, the way that I did it was you have kind of like two options. You can do a minute and a half of ads every 30 minutes, or you can do 3 minutes of ads every hour. And personally, I do not like being interrupted when I'm watching things every 30 fucking minutes. It drives me crazy. I don't care how short the ads are. So I opted for the longer ad break, so that way people can pee, they can get food, they can do whatever they need to during that 3 minutes every hour, rather than doing it every 30 minutes, because, it would drive me crazy. Yeah, unfortunately, Amazon does get their money. But that's the way of the world, you know? You're getting double ad profits because Twitch doesn't like my workaround. Lush, I appreciate you. Instead of the 1 cent I get it from ads, I'm gonna get 2. Oh my gosh, Lush, you're lovely. I'm so glad you found us here today, and I'm so glad you're here. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Porcelain people, you could go for really twisted masquerade mannequin concept. Ooh. Mannequin. I was thinking dolls, but I do like mannequin. Mannequin, dolls. Are they trapped souls? Question mark? Sorry, I love playing with the idea of souls. That's my bad. Any suggestions for the stained glass creatures? Oh, you're sketching the stained glass creatures. Ooh, so 7. And it's still because of me. It's her evil villain laugh. I love this. 2 cents every hour, literally. 7. If you want to go into the stained glass creature route for our beautiful but deadly, here's what I will suggest. This universe does have a religious side to it. The religious side is called the Ascendancy, and in this universe, the city that the characters play in, there is a 3-tier sort of government system, kind of like the US is, how there's judicial, legislative, and executive. But for them, it's the government, how we think of it, the religion, which is the Ascendancy, and the police. All 3 of these organizations run the city of New Fair that the characters live in, and sort of run over the country. Sharp edges, broken parts, yes. Are bloodied, yes. What I would suggest is, because the Ascendancy, the religion in this place, holds such a strong presence, I would still say the stained glass creatures could still be religious in nature. They don't necessarily have to be like Jesus and stuff, right? Because that's not a thing. Although this religion does have what they consider a holy mother figure. So they do have their version of Mary. But I think things like angels, things like spirits, things like protectors, I think it would be really cool to have these hostile creatures be beautiful images of like angels and things that are supposed to be gentle and protectors and lovers, and yet they are coming down to destroy and to kill. Lost souls trapped in stained glass portraits? Absolutely, right? Maybe they are imbued, like maybe the people who are religious, and when things go wrong, they believe it is, a godly thing. They believe it is a spiritual thing. They believe that it is a sign, or perhaps it is vengeance from the gods that they believe in. And then perhaps Candela, which is our group who knows that the supernatural exists, perhaps they realize that it's not targeted. Because maybe the religious folks, Seven, you got me on a whole thing now. Here we go. All right. I'm going to make this a whole little note. Maybe the religious folks are believing that this is God's wrath, God's divine punishment, God's showing that, or saving, right? Because maybe it doesn't hurt some people, does kill others. He is showing his judgment onto these people and saying that you need to listen. And the difficult part is that is what these people believe. But Candela and our group know that it's not choosing anything. It is not a statement about anyone. It is simply a creature. It is simply a spirit attacking and doing what it needs to do. We don't know the reason necessarily. You guys can help me with that. But it doesn't have anything to do with judgment. And I think that would be a cool balance of if a player chooses to play a religious character, they're going to be in this group of people saying no, 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 no. And how do they hold on to their faith? Do they believe that it's religious? I think that'd be really cool. You have some ideas? Go for it, Seven. Morally gray God. Yeah, right? I just think I am very much someone who likes the interpretation of what can you play with on all sides of an idea. We did this last week when we were talking about war and how different groups of people see and experience war. And now we're talking about it with religion. And what do different groups of people see and feel and believe about this religion? It's not purpose, it's not providence, it's instinct. Exactly, Theta. This could be the argument that maybe someone who isn't religious in the party is saying, while these people are saying, like, you're wrong, Or we follow the ultra kill path and have things fall apart because God is dead. Ooh, lush. Wait, okay, I need to put both of these ideas down. So let's put the stained glass down one first. Religious folk believe it is God's divine punishment for sinners. Candela Obscura believes it is a random / instinct / non-judgmental entity that is just killing to achieve goal. And then, Lush, we're going to put yours down here because I like yours, but I want to take it out of our stained glass thing. God is dead? Question mark, question mark. I like that. I like that. We'll add to that if we need to. Okay. What if the god comes from the tombs, pissed that they died wrongfully because of the church, and vows to make the church their weapon to right what they think is wrong? Ooh. Oh, gal, I have an idea for this. Okay, all right, hold on, because there's actually something in the lore that we might be able to work with here. So, we'll get back to that. I was thinking maybe the creatures look humanoid and like people, but are mentally and emotionally just creatures. Sort of like apes, but to a way more extreme level. Yeah, 7, I like that concept a lot. I think unlike our plant hive mind, these stained glass creatures don't really have any higher level thinking. It's strictly nature. It's strictly we kill to achieve goal end. That's it. Yeah, glass zombies, yeah. God is dead? YouTuber face? So true, Lush. Oh my gosh. So true. Okay, so Gal. There are other gods that they don't go into in the lore. And there were old fair gods that people don't worship anymore. So it could fully be possible that, like... Okay, so I'm going to put gods in quotes. Are trapped or were wronged by the church during old fair times and want to use the church / maybe harm their image / manipulate their followers in order to take revenge. So there is I still spelled manipulate wrong. What the fuck? So there is a religious cult. I don't know if this ties into this exactly. So the ascendancy, take it as you will, religion. There's a sect of it. There's almost a sect of every normal person aspect where the normal people don't believe that knows about magic. And the side of the ascendancy that knows magic is real is what's called the pyre. The pyre is a cult under the ascendancy, a secret cult, because it's a secret that magic is real, where they believe magic and the supernatural of any kind is essentially from the devil. It is pure evil. It is straight demons. They don't really have a heaven or hell concept. We can say that there is one if we want to. But they just believe that it is like pure evil manifested and it needs to be completely and utterly destroyed. And anybody who uses it or fucks with it are corrupted to their core. They're bad people. They also need to be destroyed. The trick here is that pyre, in an effort to destroy what they hate above all things, magic, have made it their job to put the magic within themselves and then use that corrupt power to wipe out magic. So they essentially believe, and if you join pyre, what you are doing is condemning yourself. In our words, to hell. In their words, you're getting rid of your soul. You are making yourself evil. You are putting it inside you, right? You are condemning yourself in order to use the power to destroy it completely so that no one else suffers. That is how pyre works in the universe. And I love the idea of, especially if we are saying that in our world, the use of magic corrupts you anyways. Even if you don't want to be, the more you use it and you let it in, the more it corrupts you. If we are saying that exists regardless, then it's now very interesting to be a member of pyre because you kind of have a justification in your mind that you are doing the right thing. Because you would know that if someone has even only touched magic and had it a part of them once, and they're still a good person and they still have their mind and they still have their heart, in your view of things, they would still eventually become evil. And so it's okay as a pyre member to end them now, even though they've done nothing. Because they are a part of this evil magic and they will be there. It's like the concept, if we're talking zombies, of you get bit and one person is like, well, you're just going to be a zombie, we need to shoot them now. And the other person is like, no, cut off the arm, we can still save them if it hasn't spread. It's that concept, and I like that. Maybe the stained glass creatures resemble angels and deities and are mistaken for them, but in their failure to realize that they're descended holy beings, they are killed. And because of that, some people are beginning to question the religion. Ooh, 7. I like this. Okay, so. Okay, so people might mistake them for angels and deities, but die because of it, and it makes others question the religion. Okay. Okay, we got that added. Idea. People who fear death give up their souls to the church or pyre to gain immortality. They become the stained glass people or porcelain people. Now they want out and they can't get out. You know what's amazing, Gal? You're doing a great job of this stream, and I'm so glad you're here with us. That's a thing. That exists in the actual lore that's already written. I'll go into it in a second. You are nailing it. The baby Hitler problem. Exactly, Theta. Do you go back in time to do it? And if you do, what have you done? I have an NPC idea. Abraham Lincoln, the vampire hunter. Oh my gosh, Lush. I love that. Okay, let me see if we have an NPC section. We do. We have character ideas. Okay, so vampire hunter Abraham Lincoln. I'm gonna add him on here. Both vampires and Abraham Lincoln do not exist in our universe, but I absolutely adore this suggestion, and if I am able to manipulate it in order to work in this universe, I'm going to. Like, that's hysterical. Because we could pull a Bram Stoker's Dracula thing, where instead of, like, vampires, maybe he's hunting immortals and trying to kill immortals. And instead of Abraham Lincoln, we go, like, Van Helsing route. It was a joke! Lush, I appreciate your joke, but, once again, woo! And he's already written into my NPCs, okay? It's too late now. You have doomed yourself, and you have doomed us. He's gonna be the joke now. Vampire Hunter Abraham Lincoln is gonna be the joke of this campaign, and I love it. I fucking love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, separations between soul and body and heart could be interesting. Yes, I agree. Your immortal can be a stained glass person. NPC, soup. Gal, you are lucky that I have realized. Yeah, what have you done exactly, Lush? Gal, you are lucky that we have now realized that Lush was kidding. Otherwise, I would have made you have soup in the NPC category. Okay? And you would have been at fault too. You are lucky. You're lucky. But let me tell you about... No, you weren't. Shut the fuck up, Gal. I don't believe you for a second. You can't do this to me. You can't. Wait. Someone can't say they're joking and then somebody else say they're being serious. You cannot do this to me. You're gonna kill me. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Don't do this to me. You're gonna absolutely blow my brain. What? Do you want me to put soup under NPC? Are you serious? Oh my god. Okay, alright, it's getting put down. Alright, I can't do this. It's getting put down. I have no idea. Rockford the non-sentient rock. You know what? Fuck all of you. I'm putting them all down, okay? Rockford the non-sentient rock. Alright, there. Now you're all at fault. Now every single one of you is at fault. You all did it collectively. Oh my lord, you guys. Turtle Pope. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Y'all suck. Turtle Pope. There. Turtle Pope is added too. Turtle Pope is added too. Okay. So, I will tell you. It fits with the religion. I do not. False. False. Oh my god. Y'all are fucking crazy. What was I talking about? Oh no. Oh, I've lost my whole being. Oh, Jesus. Immortals. So, there are immortal people, and I'll actually read you. Is there a place in your Discord to post art? I think? Let me open it. I think I only have a self-promo tab. I don't even know if I have a... Bro, don't restart. I'm trying to look shit up. Alright, hold on. Let me check. I was made for loving you, baby. Wow, 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 wow. Stop clicking the wrong button, Rachel. There's not one separately for art. You can either put it in self-promo or content ideas or Candela Obscura campaign ideas if it's in Candela Obscura. Or, to be honest with you, you can just pop it in casual. I don't mind you dropping the pictures in casual. It doesn't bother me. We're not that big of a community where I need to go in there and police and be like, please do not put your artwork into casual and drop it into the correct category instead. Thank you. Yeah, I don't need to do that. You're okay. You're alright. You're not getting banned, I promise. You get posted in there. It's all good. It's all good. Yes, Immortals. Let me pop it out and read it to you what it actually says here. What are they called so I can control F it? They're called something specific. Is it endless? I don't think it's endless. There's something like aged, maybe? Aged. Unabridged. That's the word I'm looking for. Yes, thank you, Theta. I just saw your comment come in as my brain thought of it. Unabridged. Thank you. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna read it to you so you know all about the unabridged. The unabridged are immortal humans who have perverted their natural life cycle through magic. They are impervious to the ravages of time, but still susceptible to corporeal and supernatural harm. This organization's methods for becoming immortal are particularly horrifying, and many die in the process. The unabridged look like any other mortal, but they do not possess shadows. Unabridged hold their order above all else. That said, members may also exist in any other organization, or none at all. For one reason or another, they have decided that an extension of life is worth the cost. As a consequence, many unabridged put a very high value on human life, for good or for ill. So the style is ancient knowledge, mysterious rituals, unnatural preservation, a slow stretch of time, secret meetings, and a figure without a shadow. No, you were not far off. You were not far off, gal. And in fact, they are somewhat tied to the church. So they technically are not tied to the church, but there are the ritual that they do in order to become immortal is very pyre-like, where it's like sacrificing people, taking in massive amounts of bleed, which is sort of the residue of magic, the corruption of magic in a physical form, in order to preserve your life. So it's very similar to what pyre would do. And there are a few key things to immortals. The unabridged have access to the most valuable asset of all time. Of all time. The unending lives of the unabridged afford them the opportunity to acquire generational wealth and influence and maintain dominance with relative ease. The acres of the gods. When the unabridged pass on, their bodies are transported to a shared final resting. To a shared final resting place. These immortals favor, but do not require, cremation. their remains hold incredible power. So in other words, it's kind of like a cult or like Scientology, but if the blood shit actually worked. So they're tops. Oh my god. I'm going to make that a requirement. Like, if one of the players wants to play, if they come to me and they're like, GM, I wanted to let you know, I secretly want to be an unabridged. I'm going to be like, I have to warn you. They're like, oh no. I'm going to be like, you must play your character as a top if you're going to play unabridged. It's a requirement. No bottoms allowed. Oh my god, y'all. Quality. That's all I gotta say. Now, they don't have to be a service top or a power top. They just gotta be a top. What kind of top you want to be, that's up to you. Whose top you want to be, that's up to you. Oh, Lord. So they do have an acre where all of their bodies go and get put in there. I found some of my bad D&D items. Ooh, lush. I would love to hear them. We have not created any items yet, so I would love some ideas for items. I think that'd be awesome. Those are really hard to create, so that would be really cool to hear. So the unabridged go through crazy rituals. They have acres where they all get put when they die. Actually, the Acres of the Gods might be a fun playground, because I'm going to put it down here in cases. Because if we think about it for a second, Acres of the Gods. If all of their remains hold incredible power, then an entire, like, fields and fields of hundreds of bodies of all of that power might cause some shit. I have a great luck-based item. Ooh, gal, give it to me. I love luck shit. I hope we have a player that wants to play completely luck, because if I can fuck them up and kill them, I will. My goal for this campaign is to just kill everyone. They know that, don't worry. Oh. The land where unabridged are buried when they die. Bodies hold immense power, and all of them in one place could be a dangerous thing for certain people to get their hands on. Okay. Boy, do I have some fun items. Insert evil laugh here. Oh no. Oh no. Perhaps that's why they cremate, to remove the threat of someone using their remains. Someone takes unabridged ash as snuff. Oh my god, that's a way to spite them. I think you're right, Theta, though. I think that's why they want you to cremate if you're an unabridged, so that no one can use the power of your bodies. The other thing they have here is the Auric Tome, a centuries-old book of secrets known only to the unabridged. It is written in the Apthonic Code, a language with no spoken counterpart. So they do have their own book that hides secrets that they would be the only people to know. And then Nighthawk. This substance prevents sleep. When used for extended periods of time, a person incurs bleed. Mortals are more vulnerable to its effect, so it's giving us an item here. A lot of their items are fine, and I think they're cool. I just kind of... I like to create our own stuff when we can. And it does have a few notable figures, so these might be NPC ideas we could use. William Fairweather. Fairweather is considered by members of Eons, that is another organization, we can talk about them, to be the last true alchemist. He created an elixir that he called Azoth, a substance that possesses incredible healing abilities. So alchemists are people who use magic and sort of incorporate it into science or experiments. Those are alchemists. Fatima Kofi, one of the great hidden powers behind Pyre. She is believed by some to have founded the order. Many say she is the quiet hand puppeting members of the Chamber of the Primacy. So they're giving you hints that the Ascendancy might have a bit more power than the government wants to let on. And Cleo, their age and history are unknown. Over the centuries, her name has become a stand-in for the embodiment of artistic inspiration. She holds incredible power in the Red Hand and is known to frequent art auctions, often placing exorbitant bids that are paid in cash. Okay, let's see what items we've created, and I get to create a whole new section for this. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the center. Items. I'm excited, because items are one of the really hard things to create, but are really fun for players. Hiccups. So if we have some cool ones I can throw at them, hell yeah. Okay. A giant hammer that launches you forward after use. Whoa. Speed and distance change depending on damage. This turns a nat 20 into a nightmare. Okay, I love this. So, I'm going to give you your own category under items. Here we go. Giant hammer that launches user forward after use. Speed and distance change depending on damage. Okay, I love that. I love that. So that would be really interesting to try and mold into not just our world, because they can use a giant hammer. They have normal weapons. But into our system. Because the way that Candela works is you only use D6s. On a 3 or below, you fail. On a 4 or a 5, you achieve something, but there is a cost. And on a 6, you succeed. Multiple 6s are critical successes, and then multiple 1s are critical failures. So this would be interesting because it means that if they get a full success, this could be damaging to someone they're trying to fight against. But if they fail, uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're gonna have problems, and I love that. Like, that's probably gonna damage you. Oh my god, you hit yourself in the face. Okay. Aphthonic, no sound, as the diphthong means to sound. Oh, really? Oh, the diphthong. Okay, diphthong I knew because of, IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. I knew diphthong. I did not realize aphthonic meant no sound. That's cool. Okay, gal, let me put yours here. Okay. So it was for my luck-based character named Misfortune. Misfortune. That's a good name. It is a two-faced coin. Two-face? I'm a Batman girly. One side is for the god of luck, and one is for the god of misfortune. When you use it, you roll a d20. 1 through 10 is bad luck, and there's a curse bestowed upon you. 11 through 20 is good luck, and a blessing is bestowed upon you. Ooh, I like this. Okay, so coin, I'm just going to call it coin of fortune. One side is Lady Luck, or God of Luck. One side is God of Misfortune. Success, because that's easy to translate to this system, is half and half. So success is blessing on user. Failure is curse on user. I like that. That would be fun to play with. It's usually used before a battle. So that's the very fun part about this game. And for some people, and you cannot not use it. Oh, that's important. If you take it, you cannot not use it. Ooh, I like that. That's going to be really important in a game like ours. Something like that is important. And what I find fun, let's see if I can replicate these colors. I'm going to copy and paste. Okay. So, what I find really fun about this style of game, because it's almost solely narrative based, and some folks won't find what I'm about to say enjoyable, and that's totally chill, but I really like it. Since there is essentially only narrative in this game, it means that there isn't really combat. There is combat, and there will be in our campaign, because people are gonna fucking die. But you don't enter a battle. You do not have initiative. Hell, you don't even have health points, let alone everything else. So what it means is, while I cannot say it's used before a battle, the player can use it at any point they want, because that's just the way this game is. It may take out that aspect that is important for your item, but it emphasizes other aspects, like that you cannot not use it. Because now, what I've done, what our ability to not have a combat phase has done, is, okay, well, use before a battle doesn't help, but cannot not use it means if they pick it up at all, I can fuck with them, and they don't get a choice. And if they get rid of it, they're going to get fucked. And it's now, whenever I think narratively that this god, this coin, this spirit calls to them, they better listen. And so I love that. I think that's really cool. Ooh, another one. Okay. 2. The Maiden's Gauntlet. Ooh, Maiden's Gauntlet. Okay. This gauntlet is like a spring lock from FNAF. Okay, we love FNAF. It makes your attacks stronger, but once you reach a certain health or get hit on the hand too hard, it locks and you are unable to use two-handed weapons. Okay, so how would we adapt this one? I like the idea that it's a gauntlet. That's still a thing. Gauntlet that makes you stronger. We do have a version of strength, so that's fine. Essentially what it would do in our version is it would give you more dice. So gauntlet that makes you stronger, but if insert thing here occurs, then it locks like a spring trap on your hand, arm, and is stuck in place. So, some ideas that we could use. We'll have to figure out what the thing is that could happen, that could cause it to get locked in place. Now, it's entirely simple that we could say if you fail your roll when you're wearing it, gets locked. And actually, that might be the best thing to do here. So, but if you fail your roll, if you fail your roll, then it locks. And here's what I'll say for lock as well. So in our game, I think that it would not just lock and maybe make it unusable. I think it deals damage. If a fucking bear trap locks into your skin in your arm, you're taking damage in my game. I do not care what you are. You're taking damage. So I think the consequence for failing, rather than like you can't use two-handed weapons since we don't have that aspect, is you're going to take damage. And maybe you need assistance in order to get it off. So maybe something of that effect where they can't just take it off. Someone in the party has to help them. An Iron Maiden on your hand. Exactly, Lushy. I like this. Okay. So, you take damage when it locks and need assistance to remove it again. Okay. Back from having my lovely dinner of raviolis. Hell yeah! Oh, good for you. I love pasta with all my heart and soul. I'm a plain bitch, so I put like nothing on it, but I love pasta. I hope you enjoyed your raviolis. We've been doing a lot of creating 7. We're working on items because items are really hard to create. And so we're trying to think of Lush and Gal have been giving us ideas from D&D, and then we've been adapting them to our universe and our world. You did? Okay, good. I'm glad. But we're working on items. We are always open to everything now. So we can still do creatures. We can still do locations. We were talking about the unabridged, which are the immortal people for a while. Because they do heinous rituals where they sacrifice people in order to become immortal. And then normal things can kill them, but time can't kill them. So it's kind of interesting. It's very Dead Boy Detectives, where it's like, time won't kill you, but you're still gonna die. Like, that's very cool. But I like giving items to players because I think even in a narrative game, it really helps enhance the atmosphere. And for folks who, because the folks that I'm having perform y'all's campaign are actors, they don't all have a lot of experience with the gameplay side. So I think if we are able to give them items that can be added to their improv, to their acting, to their narrative, it's going to help them in combat of thinking of what they can do with it. And then we can always do things on the fly if we need to. There was something I was going to say, and I don't know if I can remember it. It was about combat. Oh, in Candela Obscura, there is a gear limit. So items are also very good because there is a requirement of you can only have 3 items at once. And that's all categories. That is armor, that is weapons, that is food, that is pencils, pens, paper, everything. 3 items. And you cannot exchange them until your assignment is over. Now, in fairness, you don't pick them before you start. You pick them in the moment. So if you end up in combat, you didn't know you were going to fight, you can go, I would have taken a gun with me because I'm a soldier and I always carry my gun. And then just claim the gun on your sheet. That is fully allowed. So that's possible, but you only get 3. Currently doing a rough sketch of a concept for the stained glass things. Still have not thought of names. That's okay, we don't need names right now. But I like this. I'm glad you're doing sketches, because I want to see all of them. I have a bad item for outside of battle. Ooh, Lush, I would love to hear it. Please, please, please. Death is a lovely woman, you're safe. I love the concept of death being a magical entity in this universe. I think that'd be really cool. Another fun one. Okay, here we go. I'll add it to your list, Gal. Here we go. Ooh, hiccups. Okay. It is a long elbow-length glove, okay? Elbow-length hiccups glove. Once you put it on, you have no control over your arm and have an independent arm. Okay, oops. Does not need to be in bold. Putting it on makes your arm independent. You have no control over it anymore. Got it. Depending on how well you roll, it will help or hurt you. You can only take it off by losing your limb. It can wield a single-handed weapon and protect you. Whoa! Wait, I love the idea that it's a last resort and you have to take the limb off if you put it on. I love this. Okay. Will help. So we'll put success and failure since that's this type of game. Success equals help. Failure equals harm. You must remove the limb it is attached to get it off. Ooh, I love that. That's so cool. And, okay, yeah, I think that works for ours. Because I think protect is a little bit inherent in this game, so I think we're okay there. I love that concept. Anything where the item is powerful, but extremely damaging to the person is good in our universe. And the reason is because usually all of our characters are human. Which means that the more we fuck them up, the worse it's gonna be. So things like that are great. Especially because when it's all based on roll of the die, it does not matter what creature you're facing. You could be facing a literal, like, pussycat. You could be facing a fucking Looney Tunes creature. And you could die to it because you keep failing your rolls. So giving them an item that enhances, even if it feels overpowered, their ability to succeed and in return costs them something is important because it allows them to achieve the goal they want, which is succeeding, defeating the creature, saving their friends, even if it costs them their own life, even if it costs them whatever it may be. Versus if they don't have that item, they don't even get to save their friends because they're rolling poorly. So these kind of items are very good. I just imagine that if you fail, you get slapped. Oh my gosh. Wait, okay. I love that. I love that, actually. Ooh, okay. We got another one. Good, good, good. I'm loving these, y'all. Okay. Chip 38. Okay, chip 38. It makes your charisma and luck go up, but there's only one in the world, putting a bounty on your head if someone sees the item. Once the poker chip is spotted, they will be unknowingly hunted until someone else has the chip. Okay, Lush, this one will work great in our universe. Okay, so makes you lucky, slash, I'll put slash enhances. We do have a version of charisma. Enhances, what is that category called? I think that category is called cunning. Let me pull it up, because we do have a version of that in this game. Cunning. It's not nerve. It could be intuition. I think it's cunning, because I remember making my character dumb as fuck. And I remember him not having any cunning because he was so dumb. So hold on, let me check. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, it is cunning. Okay. So enhances cunning is what I will put here. The actual mechanics of how are not super important, but enhances cunning, but there is only one in the world, and if someone sees it, they will hunt the owner down unknowingly to the player. I like that. So in this universe, there are artifact dealers, which are called the Red Hand, and they deal in magical artifacts. They don't care what it does, they don't care who buys it, they just deal it. So chip 38, I would make an artifact, like a magical artifact, and that's why it enhances these things, but it is sort of like, maybe it entrances people who see it, and or people from the Red Hand would just know that it's incredibly valuable, and they're willing to hunt folks down to get it. The chip is a Fallout New Vegas reference? No way! I didn't know that. This is gonna sound so bad. I've only seen the Fallout TV show. And the only version of Fallout I played was the little one on the Switch where you have all the little people come in and out and it's like a simulator. But I love the show. The show was excellent. So that's really cool. I'm glad it's a reference. Seems like a dope game. I don't think bad luck would be necessary to die at the hand of a Looney Tunes character. Truth. If we're going Who Framed Roger Rabbit territory, you can die at any moment because the rule is as long as it's funny, it will happen. So like the platinum chip from the Lucky 38. Oh, okay. Is this like a casino that's in Fallout New Vegas? And so that's like a very special chip that you can earn maybe if you like gamble enough? How do you get the chip? What is the rules in Fallout to get it? That would be my question. Loving you, baby. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let me check. Make sure we're still doing well. There's going to be an ad in 6 minutes, y'all. I'm just letting you know. There will be one in 6 minutes. Okay. So if you're gonna need pee or drinks or anything, that's when you want to do it. Okay. So if magic is sacred and dangerous, I have a cool idea, okay? Okay. It's a book and pen combination. Oh, are we Death Noting this? Are you about to tell me the Death Note exists? Oh no. Okay. Here we go. The pen is actually a wand. In the book contains spells. You use the spell Vermi Libri, bookworm in Latin. Oh, this is cute. You can use any spell in the book only if you can pronounce the name of the spell and know what it does. If you do not know what the spell does, the spell will backfire on you and will be put on you, so use it carefully. You can only write in the book with the special pen. Ooh, okay, gal. So I love this concept a lot, and we're gonna mold it to fit in this Eldritch Horror God universe. So, here's what I'm gonna suggest. We do not have, technically, in this universe, casting spell style of magic. We only have supernatural style of magic. However, that doesn't mean that you can't, like, cast a chant out of a book and have it do something. That would be a form of a spell that is acceptable. Like a chanting, or the type where it's like cut your hand, put blood, and then say something, and something occurs. That type of spell, like ritual style, would work. So what I would say is probably we will take out the idea of the pen being a wand, but I really like the idea that it is a book of spells, and I would probably make it a book of spells from our ancient city, which is Oldfair, because that's where a lot of the alchemy was done. So it's probably an old alchemist book, maybe. And I do... You use the spell... What do you want the spell bookworm to do? That would be my question. It's because I know you put the spell bookworm in here. But I'm going to add the parts that you have of book of spells that you can only... Whoops. Only use a spell if you can pronounce it correctly and know what it does. I like that aspect because we do have in this universe, one of our classes is very specifically occultist. And the occultist has a strong foundation of knowing old languages, knowing old rituals, being able to have a large depth of knowledge in there. So this would be a cool item for an occultist to have or to find and be able to use that other people can't. I think that'd be really cool. This was based off a Mashal roleplay I did. Okay. I love that. I love when we have things that get used in other contexts and we can like throw them into new things. I love this. You have to say Vermi Libri before the chant to activate the book. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say. Maybe that opens the book rather than saying it first, just so it's a little bit different here because we're going to do our campaign mostly in character. So I don't necessarily want the player to accidentally say it incorrectly. So I'm going to say Vermi Libri means bookworm in Latin. Means bookworm in, oops, I forgot the I. In Latin to open book. So book is spells that you can only use if you can pronounce it correctly and know what it does. And this is excellent because, again, an occultist would thrive with this. If you use a spell and one of those criteria is not met, then it backfires and casts onto you instead. I love that. You can only add spells with the special pen. This is awesome. That is such a good idea, gal. I love that. Guys, I love how many items we are adding. These ones are so hard to create. You guys are so good at it. Like, I'm so bad at items because I never know what exactly people would want to use, but these are fun. And they add, especially when we sort of taint everything with magic, it adds a strong, if we go with the idea that every time you use magic, it corrupts a little piece of you, then now we're giving the players items that are like, hey, you can use it, but it's gonna cost you. You're gonna start being corrupted. Like, I love that concept because maybe by the end of the campaign, we're gonna have a villain who turns on their teammates. That's always the goal. The goal is always to have a team member who turns on their party. That's what I want. Always. 24/7. It was so funny. I sent out the email where I was discussing everything that we can do at the table and we're going to talk through in session 0. And I explicitly put in that email, you are allowed to have secrets that are just between me and you, because I'm the GM, and you do not have to tell the rest of the table what your secrets are. So if you want to be the big bad evil villain, big bad evil guy, and you want everyone else to think you're a sweetheart, we can do it. If you want to be secretly an unabridged or secretly a magical creature, maybe they're a walking wilt, who knows, and you want to not tell anyone, we can do that. Of course, there are little bits in place to make sure it's consensual across the table, but it's funny because I would never force people to do that because people don't like to play like that all the time, but if you like to, you're in the right place. Plot twist, they're all the big bad, and it becomes the Spider-Man meme. Yo. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Oh my god. And it would be amazing because, oh, we're on ad break. It's ad time. Hello, YouTube people and my Twitch subscribers. This is Private Rachel time that people who are not subscribed will never know. They'll never see and they'll never hear what is done here today. If you would like me to say something in a weird voice, or try to do impressions, or say something sexy, whatever you want, I will do it. You have precisely 1 minute and 15 seconds. And I will drink my death water if we have nothing, which is fine. We don't have to have anything. Oh, I think I'm out of death water. I should be fine. We got about 30 more minutes. Should be fine. Give me a random hex code color for me to add to my stained glass. Okay. I gotta look up hex codes because I don't know the little symbols that you need in front of them. Hex code. Shoot. Okay, so you need 4 letters and 2 numbers. 4 letters and 2 numbers. Okay, so I'm gonna give you, here we go. C S T G 03. CSTG03. Is that a color? Is that a color? Hello, people who were not subscribed and not on YouTube and had to watch through ads. You will never know what we secretly talked about while you were gone. You'll never know. Alistair's Beckett's King's Not So Fast, I'll Be Taking That sketch may amuse you. Okay, we can look it up. Yeah, 7, you'll have to tell me if that is actually a color. I just gave you random letters and numbers. I hope that's right. It's not. Okay, let me continue to read then. Hold on. Red, green, and blue are hexadecimal values between 00 and FF. Oh, so it has to start with FF. And then it has a certain number of zeros and numbers. Okay, so then I'm gonna give you... So I'll give you... It's still 4... No, there are other ones in here. What in the world? Oh, bro, I'm so confused. Alright, I'll just have Google give me a random one. How about that? Random hex color. Okay, the color it gave me is 4A 9 4 1 2. Is that a color you can choose? 4A. Uh-oh, I deleted it. Uh-oh. Do we have another item? Oh, I see another item. Okay, let me add it to the list. Let's see. It is green. Chest of 1,000 grogs. It's a keg that makes you tipsy when you're near it and drunk while holding it. If you drink it, you become blackout drunk. Okay, if there's one thing I will say that D&D and our universe has in common, it's drinking. There is a whole red light district in this universe. So yeah, we can add the chest of grog. I love that. Oh my god. Chest of grog. Chest of 1,000 grogs. Okay. Chest of 1,000 grogs. Okay. Okay. Makes you tipsy when near it, drunk when holding it, and blackout when drink. Drink it. Hell yeah, I love that energy. That is straight up something that a rich socialite would have in our universe. 1,000,000%. There are a lot of like rich, old money people in this universe who buy magical artifacts just to have them and to show them off at parties. And most people think they're not real, right? And probably even the person who buys them thinks they're not real. And there are some groups where it's like, oh, we know they're real, but it's like, whatever, you know, for party type of thing. A goody two-shoes temperance advocate experienced drunkenness for the first time by proximity to the chest. Oh my god, that's funny. The cup never empties. You get it bone dry, but if you get it wet with any, and I mean any liquid, it will fill up to the brim. If you drink it, it will fill up right away. Flip it over equals a flash flood. Bro, wait, let me write that down. It's more of a pirate thing? Really? Wait, Lush, you gotta explain that to me. You gotta explain to me. How is it a pirate thing? Is it because it's a chest? And I will add yours, gal. Cup that never empties. If it gets wet with any liquid, it fills all the way up to the brim. Fills all the way up to the brim. If you drink it, it will refill. If you tip it out / flip it over, equals flash flood. Unbeknownst to players. Excellent. Oh, duh. Okay. Sea of Thieves? Oh, is that a video game? That sounds like a video game. I feel like I've heard that in video game references. Is that what that is? And I feel like that's what that is. I'm gonna look it up. Sea of Thieves. It is. Okay. Oh, is this the one where you play as, like, pirates and then you go to other people and fight them on their ships? Is that this game? Hey, Big Ben, it's good to see you. It is that game. Okay. Big Ben, we are working on a community Candela Obscura campaign, which is similar to D&D. So folks are joining us and they're giving us ideas on things like items or creatures or NPCs or mysteries that we could use in our campaign. And then I'm going to have actors perform chat's ideas. So if you have any ideas for creatures or for items, we're working on items right now, you're more than welcome to let us know. But you're also welcome just to chill and have fun. I hope your weekend was good. It's good to see you again. Congrats to 400. Thank you, Big Ben. I appreciate that. For folks who don't know, I reached 404 subscribers on YouTube. So thanks, Big Ben. I appreciate that. We made it to affiliate on Twitch as well, which is super cool. So you might see the little follower thing up there. That's for Twitch. We also have some subscribers on. So it was really, really dope. Actually, if it switched to followers, that means somebody followed, and I do not remember it going off. Wait, and Seven, you've been using channel points, and I have not been hearing any of those, or seeing any of those. Have they not been working? Huh. Nobody followed, but it switched back to follower goal. Yeah, they don't seem to be showing up in chat. Why are they not appearing in chat? I'm not sure. I'll look into that and see if I can get them to appear in chat, because I don't know why it's not working like that. Funny item worm. Congratulations, you get a worm. His name is Dragon. He is a worm and he likes tomatoes. Yes. Yes, he is. Let's see. Okay, so it popped up in my thing. So I think I just clicked something that gave you stuff. I don't know. But it did not pop up in chat, and it did not pop up on the stream, so I'll have to work on that. Congrats, Rachel. How are you? I'm doing well, Big Ben. Are you doing well? I hope your weekend was good. Our weekend's pretty good. Our night is pretty good, too. We're having a good time creating these items. I don't know how you guys think of these items, because this is crazy. I have ideas here and there, but I'm very much someone who creates characters. Like, I'm more of a person who will be like, oh, I've created this idea for a bard or for a cleric or for, like souls and things like that, or plot. Sometimes I can do plot, but items and creatures and stuff, really hard for me. It was good. I'm having pizza. Oh, I love pizza. What's on your pizza? Are you a pepperoni person? Are you a cheese person? Do you do sausage or mushrooms? What's on your pizza? Too much role-playing? Oh my gosh, Gal, that's funny. I feel that energy. I am the type of person who, like, never does the actual gameplay and the actual roleplay. I just create everything. And then I never get to use it. So I love having all of this here. It's really great. Ooh, another one. Okay. Let's see. All right. The living hat. Okay. Let's see what this one is. It's alive, but only the wearer will hear it speak. Oh, damn. We're already in creepy territory. I love it. It's alive, but only the wearer hears it speak. The wearer will begin to trust the hat more than the others, and will eventually listen to the hat's every command until the hat is forced off. Your choice of hat. I love that. Okay, so it is compelling and drives, and we're going to say drives the wearer versus user, the wearer, to listen to the hat's commands more than other people, and maybe become a little obsessed. I kind of like that energy, because it's hard to, so we can force players to do things in this game, but because it's very narrative based, we want to give them as much control as possible unless they've agreed to fully give over control. So I like the idea that the more they wear it, they almost become obsessed with it, because me offering, hey, like, let's say they roll, it talks to them. Let's say in D&D equivalent, they roll something like insight to try and see if this thing is lying them or manipulating them. What I would do in this version of a game, in order for them to become more and more obsessed and trusting with it, rather than saying this is the case, it's taking control, what I would do is when they roll for those checks, it does not matter how well they do. I'm always going to give them something to the equivalent of, you believe him. You believe it's trustworthy. You hear it speak. Like, I'm always going to tell them that from their perspective, they should believe them. And so that way they're choosing as a character to be like, well, I guess, I mean, the hat seems real. It seems like it's great. And it sort of helps that narrative a little. Bathroom voices time from the Exandria GM Roundtable. Ooh, I really need to watch, like, all of the different GM and DM stuff. I never know where to start, but I don't think I know that exact reference, so I should watch it. You're having meat lovers? Ooh, Big Ben, that's a good kind. That's a good kind of pizza. That sounds like the West of Loathing. Ooh, what's the West of Loathing? I don't know this one either. Is that like a creature? Is it another item? What is that one? Huh. I'm interested. I love these ideas, though. I love these ideas. And the good thing about, like, the idea of a living thing that's being worn is it can be adaptable, right? Like, the character I built for Queer RPG's campaign, which comes out tomorrow, by the way. First episode premieres tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Woo! I'm excited. I can't live stream my reaction to it, but I think on Wednesday, we're still going to be creating stuff, but I think on Wednesday, we're going to talk a lot and maybe watch some clips of our campaign from the first episode, because it'll be my first ever actual play that I was a part of. But the character I created for that was Indiana Jones themed, so he wears a hat. Like, I literally wear a hat. I put on a costume. We wore costumes for the campaign. And so the idea that my character wears a hat, maybe this is a hat, right? Like, that'd be cool. West of Loathing is a really funny game where the hard mode is a hat you put on. Okay. They discuss the universal experiences of locking oneself in the bathroom and creating voices, being interrupted by their significant other. Oh, thank goodness the only thing I'm getting interrupted by is my cats. I ain't got no partners out here. We just got our pussy cats, okay? But yeah, that locking yourself in and creating voices and characters yeah, that's an occurrence. Yep. I just don't lock myself anywhere. I talk to myself in the void. Or I talk to y'all and I pretend that I'm not talking to myself. Fun item. Ooh, okay. Ooh, this is Gal. Okay. I sometimes can't see that well. Okay. A blindfold. Okay. When you put it on, you can see everything except for walls. Oh my god. You can take it off, but you'll lose your balance until you put it back on. That's hysterical. You can see everything except walls. Oh, that's funny as shit. If you take it off, you lose your balance until it goes back on. That's hysterical. That's like how people wear the sunglasses, like the dark black sunglasses, and it's like, these I can see perfectly fine and see into the future. Or like Cyclops style, where they have to put it on in order for like the beams of the eyes not to harm people. Ooh, 7, you have one for us. Okay, 7, let me add you to our items list. Okay. Hello, Kingslayer! Welcome! My campaign has a PC who is basically made of ancient dragon magic. Ooh. Like, not really a human, but the dragon's closest approximation of one. Oh, I love that, Kingslayer. So, like, did the dragons mold him intending to make a human? Or was it kind of like an art project to them? Like, do they consider this PC to be an item of theirs, or do they consider it a creature, a being with its own life, its own dignity, its own mind? I would love to hear more about that. And thank you for stopping by. If you want to give us any ideas or more things about the campaigns that you run, feel free. We are building a community campaign, and then I have actors that are going to perform it. So 7, your item is a cursed dragon or snake-shaped themed necklace. Okay. Cursed dragon snake-shaped necklace. Okay. Semi-sentient and latches itself to the nearest person's neck. Semi-sentient and latches itself to the nearest person's neck. Okay. Stabs them like a hook on a fish. Ooh, I love that. Stabs them. You know what? Here's what I'm going to say, 7. Bites them. If we go snake, I want to go snake here. I like snake here. Bites them. It bites into them to latch on like a snake. I love that. Before constricting itself around its victim's throat, with the necklace's only tactic being to kill for sport. It bites them to latch on and then constricts around the victim's throat to kill for sport. Yeah, I love this. A rogue lethal choker that has the mind of a gremlin and a menace with a side of bloodlust. Hell yeah. I like this. I really like the idea, especially if we give the players some items that are helpful to them. Then when there are options to take items, they might be like, oh, okay, it'll give me a benefit. And I think it would be fun to have at least one item that is like, nope, there's no benefit. It just wants to kill you. Like, it's just corrupted. Sorry. I think that would be hilarious. Okay, 7, let me get your color so I can change it here. That would be so funny. They would be so pissed, and I think that'd be hilarious. Okay, let's see. All right. Funny item. The round meal serves 3 men. Boil and enjoy. It's literally just a meal. Oh my god. The round meal serves 3 men. Boil and enjoy. Oh my god, that's so funny. Wait, that's hysterical. It's just food. It's just food. The dragons made multiple people. I'm still workshopping the idea, but I think for now it was either for experiments or just to understand the humans. Oh, Kingslayer, that's cool though. I love the idea that this sentient creature, this sentient species of dragons, whether it's, you're still workshopping, right? So maybe it was hubris. Maybe the original creation of the first time they were making these humans was like, well, I can do that. I can make life. I will see how it goes. And they wanted to maybe sort of have this power or control over life. But at the same time, maybe there was none of that. Maybe it was a genuine curiosity and they were like, you are so different from us that I want to see if I can understand you. Or maybe it was meant from a place of grace and innocence, but in reality it was still harmful. So the dragon had good intentions of loving humans, but he saw them as pets almost. And so he creates a pet of its own and comes to realize that humans are sentient. They have brains, they have feelings, they have lives. And all of a sudden, it's this emotional journey of like, you saw something and put yourself above it and maybe took a stance you shouldn't have. And now you have to reconcile with the fact that, hey, that's a living, breathing thing. And you have to let it go. All of these options would be really cool. I'd love to hear how you go about it, Kingslayer. If when you figure it out and you play with it, please let us know, because I think this is a dope idea. I think it's really cool, and I'd love to hear how it ends up and how your players like it. That's a real thing. It's a giant meatball filled with cheese and wrapped in bacon. It's a real thing. You can Google it. Oh my god, are you serious, Lush? Wait. Hold on. Apparently, it's real? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna Google it right now. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way, right? Giant? Okay. Round meal. The round meal. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? Okay, hold on. You guys have to see this. Hold on. I will show this on stream. This is absolutely the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. What the hell is this, bro? It might be a little wanked because of how I have things, but look at this. What? Boil it in a bag? Open and enjoy? Y'all, this should not exist. We've gone too far as humans. Nope, absolutely not. I love the idea of them being made as pets. Thanks for helping me out. Oh, absolutely, Kingslayer. You feel free to use whatever I said. I'm so honored that you think that's a cool idea. Oh my god, if you end up using it, let me know. I would love that. I love to just give as much insight as I can. It's very much a give and take when I live stream. I'm like, throw me your ideas, I'll throw things back, and we can use whatever goes. That's amazing, Kingslayer. If we're doing items right now, you should put coffee in your game. I have no idea what it would do. I love that. It's the round meal. Guys, I have to get this off my screen. This round meal is terrifying me. I am upset that it exists, and I do not want it. And I'm going to, Kingslayer, I'm going to make you your own line here. I'm going to say Kingslayer, And I'm literally just gonna put coffee. Coffee will be in our game. Simply because you said so. It would not have been in this game if you had not said so. And if you want to pick a color, let me know. Otherwise, I'll put a random color for you. I got a silly creature idea. Not actually a silly little goober. Good, because there's coffee. And to be honest with you, Kingslayer, I actually think it would be kind of hysterical if, because this is a horror campaign we're building, it would be kind of funny if in this campaign, in this whole game, the players are coming across things left and right that are crazy and scary and damaging and evil. And then I just kind of go, you come across an item. And they're like, oh my god. And they're like terrified. And then I just go, it looks like coffee. And they're like asking so many questions of like, can I insight check the coffee? Well, I'm going to try and drink the coffee. And it just ends up being coffee. I think that would be hysterical. You like orange? Okay, I'll give you orange. Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. There we go. Now you're orange. I'm literally gonna put, it's just coffee. Because I love that idea. I love the idea it's just coffee. It doesn't give benefits. It doesn't give damages. There's nothing magical about it. It's just coffee. Oh my gosh, that's gonna have to be in our campaign. It has to be. Oh my gosh, there's no way it can't be. Y'all called it the orb? Oh my gosh, not the orb. I will put that under round meal. The orb. If it's a horror campaign, I'm trying to think of the creepiest thing you could turn into a mimic. Ooh, good idea. So we were talking about it earlier. I'll see if I can go up to it. When we were making some creatures. So when we were talking about it earlier, there is a section in this world which is kind of like an endless maze garden, but it's alive. And there are these creatures in it called walking wilts, which dig their vines underneath a person's skin and take control of the body. And then we were talking about our version of these creatures consume the bodies and then replicate them through magic and now have hive minds. So then those humans go back into the world, but they're actually now hive mind plants. So they're kind of similar to mimics. Because they're not human anymore, they're just the hive mind people. But I love the idea of mimics for a horror campaign. So if you think of anything, let me know, because I'll throw it in here. It's room temperature coffee. Exactly, Lush. It is just coffee. It's just coffee. They're gonna hate me for that one. Oh, that's gonna be one of the best moments of this campaign, I swear to God. I'm gonna do it because there'll be 3 episodes, because this game is done in 3 episodes for each sort of assignment, which is their word for a campaign. In the last episode, in like the last hour, I'm gonna be like, there's a bag of coffee on your dining room table, and you don't remember leaving it there. Just to freak out. I'm gonna pick the most vulnerable player. I'm gonna do that shit to them. They're gonna hate me. I love this. This is gonna be great, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be everything under the sun. Ooh, NPC. We don't have a lot of those yet. I will gladly take an NPC. Let's see. Let me scroll up to our character ideas. Okay. A really fun NPC is an elderly woman who's a woodcarver. Okay. Elderly woodcarver woman. When you come across her and listen to her tale, she'll tell you stories about the time before. It's an instance to give lore. If you let her finish her story, she'll give you a carving. The carving can boost stats. If you ignore her, the next time you pass her, she tosses you a carving with bad luck. Oh, gal, you love your luck. You love your luck mechanics, and so do I. Okay, so if you listen to her tale, she reveals lore about the time before. When she finishes, she gives you a carving that can boost a stat. If you ignore her, then she will toss a carving at you that curse is not the right word. That gives you bad luck. Okay. The silly creature. Okay. We'll go back up to our creatures. I think... Yeah, I'm going to put it up here. Okay. Because this is kind of our catch-all territory. Okay, silly creature. Think of basically what's a mix between a lizard and a bat, but with a prehensile tail that has a scorpion barb at the tip and venomous fangs. Okay. Mix of lizard, bat, with prehensile tail, which means they can move it, with, scorpion, Lord, I can't type today. Scorpion barb at the end of the tail, and venomous fangs. Okay. These creatures could naturally inherit behavior that would normally be shown in animals infected with rabies. Okay. They have natural behaviors that usually mean an animal has rabies. These creatures could also be fast eaters and hunt down in swarms. Ooh, I like that. Fast eaters who hunt in swarms. Y'all know I'm a sucker for swarms and hordes. I love me rat hordes. And relentlessly feast on everything on their victim except for bones, leaving a clean skeleton behind once they flee the scene. Okay. Eat everything on a victim except bones, leaves clean skeleton behind. That is actually a great creature for them to go and try and fight against. Because it's a lot of them at once. They eat very fast, so the danger is very imminent, and it would leave for a very good, there has to be something magical about it type of energy. I have a character from an Elden Ring roleplay who helped through spite and terrible luck. That makes sense, gal. That makes sense. If you keep with the stained glass thing, making it a part of the cult, you can call the leader the glass blower. Ooh. Okay, let me go to the stained glass section. Leader of cult would be glass blower. Okay, I like that. Okay. All right, my friends. We are at midnight, so I think we are going to end our stream for tonight. I will hop on over to Twitch, and if you are able to at least stay to raid, that would be awesome. You don't have to stay at the person we raid. You can always peace out like I will if you need to. But just joining me in a raid of someone is super helpful, and it's super kind. So I'll give you a few options of people we can raid. But also, if there's anything you want to say before we head out, let me know. I hope most of you will join me for Wednesday when we continue building our campaign. Genuinely, I love talking to y'all, with all my heart and soul. So the more that folks show up and talk, it really makes my night, and I appreciate you all. One more spooky NPC idea? All right, go ahead, Lush. Give me your last spooky NPC idea. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. We'll go down to NPCs. This has been fun. Oh, I'm glad, gal. We'll do this one last spooky NPC, and then we will send folks over to a raid in Twitch. So I will have you choose who you want to raid while we wait here. We've got a few people up. We have Damien Haas, who is a awesome voice actor. He's one of my people that I look up to. He voices in a bunch of anime. He's super cool. I don't know what his raid limit is, so we would have to find out. He might not allow raid limits that are under a certain amount. We can check. Persephoros is playing Hades 2. Okay, so all these folks are playing Hades 2. She's a really cool streamer. She's awesome, incredible person to watch. I love playing her games, or watching her play games. And then we have Resta Makarabe, who's doing a subathon. We have Taryn Rogue, who is playing Baldur's Gate 3, which we love. And we have the Everything Now show, who's doing interactive improv. So y'all put in chat who you want to see, and let's put in this last NPC here. Okay. NPC idea, a paranoid farmer, okay? Paranoid farmer. He used to supply food to the town until the weeds attack him and his family. Okay. Used to supply food to the town until the weeds started attacking him and his family. His family got dragged away. Oh boy. Family gets dragged away and comes back a week later. They are replaced, and now he doesn't leave his home in fear that they are waiting for him to leave. I love this. That's a good setup for getting into our garden. I like that a lot. Well done. Hi, TK. Hello, I'm so glad you are here. We are just about to raid someone because we are at the end of stream for the night. But I hope you'll be able to make it Wednesday because we'd love to have your input. Shall I make the bat lizard creatures fuzzy or feathery? Fuzzy. Good quest opportunity. Very good quest opportunity. You've been meaning to get into Hades and Baldur's Gate 3? They're both really good games. Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. I love sort of D&D roleplay style. I can't play Hades personally because it's kind of like shoot 'em ups, which isn't my jam. But the art, the inclusivity, everything about it is amazing. So I can send you guys over to our Baldur's Gate 3 player if you want. It's Taryn Rogue. She's a really cool streamer. I think we've rated her before. She's playing Baldur's Gate 3, and it looks like she might be getting to the epilogue. So maybe if you don't want too many things spoiled, you know, you can hop out once we raid. For my YouTube folk, unfortunately, it's not going to work for you. It only works on Twitch. You have to have 1,000 subscribers before I can send you places on YouTube. But for my Twitch folk, let's join in the raid, and then if you need to peace, go for it. But it's always nice to send people over. And thank you, TK, again. I'm so glad that you popped in last minute. Kingslayer, thank you for showing up. We appreciate you. I miss so much, but I'll definitely be there Wednesday. Okay, TK, I'm glad. Everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for contributing. I think you're all fucking awesome. And I love talking to people. So I'm live every Monday and Wednesday, 9 p.m. to midnight. You guys can join me then. And we're working on this campaign for the entire month of May. Session 0 will be next Friday. So these 2 weeks, we're building without Session 0. And then afterwards, we're adapting to what my players tell me. Goodbye, y'all. So I'm going to raid us over. Right now, we'll go over to Taryn. So raid Taryn Rogue. Okay, y'all. Thank you again for visiting. I'm going to put us, and for talking to me in chat, I will put us back on this big one here. I love you all. We're going to raid over, so we're going to do it right now. And I'll see you guys Wednesdays with more ideas. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. We're going to do it. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you Wednesday. I love you all, and I think you're amazing.